Testing, testing, testing. That was less of a twerk and more of just an air hump. It's totally different. It's totally different. Oh gosh. How are you guys doing? Order 42 time. I'm Rob. You're you. We're here. We're doing the thing. Good to see all of you guys in here. When we started off with Ricky, Ricky came in hot. 2 weeks in a row, I think, that Ricky's been first. Ninjinzu right after, though. And of course, we've got Rufus, we got Robert Rivera, we got Matt Walls, we got Carbonite, Dreams. It's good to see all you guys. It is good to see you guys. Just an air hump. But anyway, look, yeah, yeah, I'm doing okay. For some reason I could not sleep at all last night, so I'm like, ugh. I've had allergies and all that kind of stupid crap. It's been hot again. It's just, I don't know. Billy working it compilation video when? Well, here's the thing. That would be 2 clips that I know of. Well, actually, that's not true. There's plenty in the regular Game Chasers channel. But hey, Showzama here, but hands busy eating cereal. Well, you keep your hands busy then. You don't want to spill cereal on your crotch. Anyway, and Bucho. Welcome, Bucho. Good to see you guys. Yeah, live chat, not top chat. You don't want to miss anything. Look, if you're going to be in the chat or if you're going to watch live, you want to see the live chat, not the top chat. Cuz what does the top chat know that we don't? No, just live. Just live. But anyway. Yeah, other than that, man, there's a lot going on this week. Like a lot. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that stuff. Talk about a pickup, one pickup, and then a few movies that I've watched. Kind of same kind of thing. But we're gonna try to actually record it instead of me trying to grab it off of YouTube after the fact, because for some reason YouTube does not want to give you full quality. It didn't look good. It was still 1080p. I had to get it off a different site, which was weird. So yeah, it just, something was weird. Something was wonky. And so when I took that part out to make a separate video, it wasn't good. So I'm going to record it. And as far as I know, I tested it during the live thing. As far as I know, everything's going to be okay. But we'll see. We'll see when we get there. I don't know why I keep doing that. Like I'm some sort of politician. Anyway. Hashtag no politics. Anyway. Hope you feel better, buddy. I mean, look, it's not that big of a deal. It's just stupid allergies, It's just, it happens. Let's talk about Diddy. Nah. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't, look, if you guys want to talk about it, go right ahead. I am like, I don't care. I just don't care. It's weird. But yeah. The most iconic Billy tweak is Billy twerking on the mountain. I mean, look, that's the one that took the longest to do. It wasn't just, oh, he's in a, I'm recording for, a Game Chasers episode and he just happens to start twerking. That's one thing. But that one actually took effort and time and thought. And we were looking for a good place to, to pull over. So it was maximum effort on that one. Now, I still would like one on top of a building somewhere. So I don't know if we can get access to, the top of a building. And then, of course, have me have access to a taller building so I can film down. Because that would be amazing. Yeah. Or, hey, look, I'll take what we can get. But I think there's some twerking that can be done in other places that can be just as iconic. But there you go. Indiana Jones' Next Adventure. I don't know. I heard when they raided his house, they found like thousands of bottles of lube. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I heard that too. And I'm just kind of like, okay. I don't know what to, I don't know. That live recorded video from last stream came out nice. See, that's the thing. It was so much effort to try to get it to get it looking as good as it did. It looks so much better when I just record on my end. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And it's also a lot easier because it just goes into my movies folder and I can just take it and do things. I don't have to, try to, because what I had to do is I had to cut out, I had to basically trim my live stream down to those however many minutes it was, right? And make that a new video. And then try to download that video. And that was the tough part because YouTube wouldn't, like when I downloaded it, it was at 720p. And when I put it up against the other recorded stuff that I had, it just didn't work. It looked bad. So then I'm like, okay, well, let me see if I can find a 1080p download from another source. And for whatever reason, it was just difficult. It's just difficult. So I'm guessing that's what a lot of other streamers do. They just record their whole stream or whatever. I don't know how they do it, because man, that can get like a lot. That can be very big, very quickly. Because I think it was like, especially if you have multiple days of streaming, like if you stream every day, like I don't know how they do it. I wonder if there's a way to I wonder if there's a way to capture your screen on another computer, and then I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't typically need to do that. This is the first time that I've actually been like, I really want to cut this part out and use it for something else. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it and see what happens. Definitely record while streaming if possible. Okay, well then there you go. Yellow vest, hard hat, and a ladder. Say we're here to check on the unit up on top of the roof. Bingo, access to the roof. Well, I don't want to get arrested for literally, 10 seconds of video. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those where I don't want to take that chance. So, what is it? Ask for forgiveness, not permission, or something like that. Yeah. No. Then no. That's just not me. Now, I mean, they might do something like that. Sure. In fact, they probably have done stuff like that. But like I just do it like I have, like when we go to a store, I just start recording like I have complete whatever. And then if they ask, "Hey, can you turn that off?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." But I just start recording. I don't care. So that's just that's my thing. But anyway, did anyone see, and this was something that Filbert posted to the Ghosts and Aliens channel. Did anyone see Red Letter Media's paranormal video that they put up where they're going to try to do a paranormal thing? Look, nothing happened in the whole hour. It was just them talking about what they were going to do, and I found it incredibly entertaining. And it's just kind of like, man, I want to do Chasing the Unknown again. Well, I say that. The only thing that we've really done for Chasing the Unknown is record us talking about things, like the regular podcasty type stuff. I want to go out and do some of this stuff. I want to do that because I'm a skeptic. I'm the skeptic of the group. I'm the most skeptical, and I think it would be fun to have, because I mean, really, we have all levels of belief there. I would say Billy and Jay are probably the most into it and the most that they believe it the most. Melvor's a little less of, a little less believing. He's more of a skeptic. He's it's just what I get from him. I mean, I don't know. I've never been on a ghost hunt with him, but I know that I would be the most skeptical, and it would be interesting to see everything that goes on. If somebody trips and falls and knocks something over, and then go, and then I go, oh, come on, you just knocked that over. But we've seen weird stuff happen at Billy's on stream. We've seen weird stuff happen. So who knows? Maybe he's got a reason to be. Both of them have reasons to have all the belief they have. I've never encountered any sort of thing. I've been in cemeteries, like many cemeteries. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And I've never seen anything, never experienced anything. So I'm very much kind of like the Red Letter Media guys, where I'm kind of like, yeah, the whole time I'd be kind of going, I don't know about this, you know. But I think that would make it really really interesting. But I don't know. Now if we start doing it again, it'll be like, oh, you're just copying the Red Letter Media guys. Stay hydrated, everybody, because holy crap, I need to. I need to. Oh, I need to. Squiggles, what is going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. By the way, before we get too far into it, I mean, we've got. I mean, look, we've got a few people here. We've got a few people here right now. I just want to bring this up because this weekend, this Saturday. Well, let's just let Jay himself tell you. It's muted. Okay, let's unmute. Let's go back, and then you can't really hear that, can you? Because for some reason the audio thing isn't pulled in here. Why? How do I? How do I? How? How? Hold on. Let me see something. Mac OS audio capture. Ah, that's not on. So I have to go over here and go Mac OS audio capture, add existing. Okay, and now it should be there. And it's unmuted and
What's up, guys? Jay from the Game Chasers here. Saturday, September 21st, I'm going to be in your area at Rare and Classic Video Games. That is at 11717 Jones Road in Houston, Texas. Okay, Chief is going to be with me. I'm going to have Order 42 show with me. We're going to have some tournaments, some challenges, some food. So bring your appetite, bring your skills, and bring your trade-ins. I'll see y'all on the 21st.
muted. Now I'm muted. There you go. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah. So yeah, if you're gonna be in the area, so it's Northwest Houston. It's Rare and Classic Video Games. That Rare N as the letter N. Classic. Rare and Classic Video Games. If you want to talk to me, you want to talk to Bucho, not to Bucho. Bucho won't be there. Bucho's in New Zealand, not me. Bucho's in New Zealand. I'm here, but I will be in Houston with Jay and Chief, and it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. So yeah, we're only going to be there for the day, and then we're driving back because both of us have things to do. I have to hike Sunday morning, so we're leaving like as soon as we're done. We're leaving, and we're getting on the road and come back here. So there you go. There you go. But yeah, it'll be cool. I think this will be fun. I mean, I'm sure there will probably be some crossover. There'll be probably be some people that we've seen at Retropalooza or whatever, but it'll be cool. So we'll see. I had to dig out of my cemetery when I was buried. What? Not much original ideas. Just got to do your best and make the content you're happy with. Crank it. Oh, well, there you go. Well, it's because it was, yeah. Let me do this. There we go. Get out of here. Friggin' Facebook with your listening to my stuff. I don't know. I've already seen the video already. I wish I could make it to Houston this weekend. Oh yeah. Hey, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I mean the trip down there and the trip back, that will be fun. Me and Jay in the car, maybe talking some scripts, some script ideas. Hello, script ideas. Yeah, and then I'll probably, yeah, I gotta think about this because these ideas that I have are not. I think I've said this before. They're not Game Chasers related. Like they're not. Now, I mean, we could probably, if we got financing, we could definitely make the movies, But yeah, it is beyond the scope of what we would typically be doing. These ideas. They're much larger budget. They would require a much larger budget. Like cranes and I mean and all kinds of effects. All kinds. Now you might say, well, what about Leon? Well, here's the thing. Leon is a, premier effects guy. We got him really cheap, as in free, for adventures. That shouldn't happen again. That shouldn't happen again. We're now friends, but now we should have a budget that we can actually, pay people to work on our movies. So that's really the plan. But anyway, sorry about the muted. I'm sorry. The muted. Sorry. I'm sorry about the muted. Sorry about the muted. Okay. 21st of September. Is Jay part of Earth, Wind, and Fire? Do you remember? I don't know. Probably not, but it's a thing. It's Saturday. Saturday. I am excited though because there is one idea that Jay has not heard at all yet. And I'm kind of curious to hear what his thoughts are on this idea. And again, beyond the scope of the Game Chasers, this is just an idea. And what I want to do is, okay, look, full transparency. I haven't really brought in, as far as like beyond Game Chasers, talking about just me in this house, all that kind of stuff. I haven't brought in a lot of money to this household in the 5 years. My God, the 5 years that I haven't been working. So I want to write the script so I can, sell it and, bring in a little bit of money. So that's the plan. I want to, sure, work on Game Chaser stuff, work on, Game Chasers starring movies and stuff, but I also want to be able to work beyond that. And the fact is, I don't know anybody in the industry other than the people that I worked with on Adventures. So I don't know if I could just go get a job somewhere. I think it makes more sense for me to try to do this because I think that I have a little bit of skill there. So we're going to try it and just see what happens. You getting there the night before or that morning? Here's the thing, Squiggles. I don't know yet because Jay said that he might have some things to do before like Friday night. Because I think the goal would be to get there Friday, be able to hang out and all that kind of stuff. But he's got some things to do Friday night, I think, which means we might be leaving after whatever he's done with, get in there late Friday night, early Saturday morning, try to sleep, and then get up and go do the thing and then drive right back home. Because Jay's got things to do and then I've got things to do, like I said, Sunday. So yeah. How's Buccio in New Zealand if he's right there? I mean, it's magic. AI Buccio? Me driving down there would be boring as hell, so I'll wait till Retropalooza. Hey, Squiggles, I mean, I don't blame you. I am not a fan of this drive. The truth is, look, unless you have some place to go, driving in Texas is pretty boring. There's not a whole lot to see. Once you get out of the main cities, it's pretty flat and boring. Every now and then you run across something cool, but it's pretty boring. Just saying. So yeah, going somewhere to do that. Yeah. Vape Chasers. Oh man, if we could beam, I would have a different guest every night or every time we stream because I think the stream would be more dynamic if we had an extra person to bounce ideas off of. And I'm not talking about having people on and doing like interview type stuff. We've done that before and that's fine, but it's different when you're sitting across from somebody and interacting with that person in person. You know what I mean? It's just completely different. Gape Chasers? Billy, I'm kind of curious. Did you watch Red Letter Media's latest video? Because just saying, Twerk Chasers. But yeah, there's some ideas that Jay has not heard yet, that I would like to get his feedback on. I did not. What was it? They're gonna do a paranormal investigation, and this whole video is basically them talking about why paranormal investigations, for the most part, are not exactly trustworthy, and why they're going to do one. And it sounds awesome. And like I said, barely anything happened in this video. Filbert, over from the Game Dave channel, Filbert posted it and said he can't wait for the second one. And I watched it and I said, I'm barely anything happened. It was just them talking about what they were going to do, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was very entertaining. So it just makes me think, chasing the unknown. There's the Goat Man we should do, and I don't know, whatever we can find, whatever we can do. We should try to do this. And it's getting cooler now, so maybe we can, I am just saying. Did the cosmic forces align in your favor today, or did the universe fling any chaos grenades into your temporal existence? I guess what I'm trying to say is, how was your day, Slades? It's a pretty good day. Other than me not being able to sleep, and then me having allergies, and, does anybody remember it was some allergy commercial, I think. And it was like, is this you? And it's this guy walking down the street in a business suit with a big teddy bear head. And I'm like, they should have just said, do you have a big teddy bear head? Because this can help, whatever allergy medication it is. I don't remember what it is, but I don't remember what the brand name was. I just remember a guy walking down the street with a big teddy bear head. And then when he takes the medication, he's just a regular guy again. But I kind of feel like I have big teddy bear head right now. It's pressure, If you beam over here with your Beamatron 2000, then I'll use it to beam to DFW. Do it. You're down? All right, let's do it. Because again, I think the dynamic would be really interesting. You and Jay are probably, again, the most open to experiencing something, right? Your belief is very high. Melvor seems a bit more skeptical, and I am the most skeptical of anybody, I think. I haven't seen anything. I haven't experienced anything. I just want to see something. And I think that it just makes sense. I know about the Goat Man. I was on the island just last weekend where the Goat Man supposedly lives. And April and I heard something in the woods, and we were like, nope, because it sounded like a deer or something. But we were turning this way on the trail anyway. We're like, nope, let's keep on going. And we were there to hike. We weren't there to, run after Goat Men. But I thought it was a big nose as a head. I remember that one too, Shozama, but I distinctly remember big friggin' teddy bear. It looked like, it looked like, like a mascot, right? But with a regular suit underneath. And it just made me laugh because I'm like, I get what they're trying to say. Does your head feel like a big balloon kind of thing? But it was like, do you have big teddy bear head? But yeah. I don't know. Ask Eat Shadow Person under Jay's couch. See, all of that stuff, there are definitely more stories to be told than what we've done so far. And I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Keep hydrated. Also, here's what's up on the agenda as far as the liquid poll. This is all bottled violence again. We have caramel custard or caramel custard. Do you say caramel or caramel? Caramel? Caramel. Caramel? Caramel. I don't know. Anyway, it's that. So that's number one. And right now is in the lead. And then we've got Georgie, which is the hot fudge sundae. Very hot. And then we've got toffee custard. So these last two did not win last week, but I figure, hey, let's put it in the thing for this week. Let's figure it out. And right now, caramel or caramel custard is number 1, hot fudge sundae number 2, and toffee custard number 3. Those are basically the order that I just did. That's the order of what people have voted for right now. We have 11 votes, and there's apparently 14 people in here. Okay, now 13. Somebody said, screw you, Rob. I'm tired of this. Either way, you need to vote. If you haven't voted, you should vote. If you don't vote today, then you don't get to vote. It's just the way it is. It's what Grim Green says, and I believe him. So there you go. You should vote. I put the one I'm talking about in general channel. Let's see it.
When you're congested, it's like your nose takes over. You can't breathe. You can't sleep. You need Afrin.
I remember this.
Right to the problem, right to your nose. That's why Afrin, the nasal.
I don't know. I probably won't get flagged for that. That is definitely, I totally remember that commercial. That is definitely not, he's literally walking down the street like a businessman, walking down the street with big teddy bear head. It's awesome. Just saying. That was Mucinex before Mucinex commercials. Well, that was Afrin, actually. Hashtag not sponsored. Why would I be sponsored by a nose thingy? But anyway. Yeah. So I want to go over this crazy weekend. Of course, yes, Jay and I and Chief, we will all be at, I already forgot the name because I'm an idiot. I'm a moron and I logged out so I can't see it. God, I'm terrible. Why? Okay, why did it not come up? Hey, wait a minute. What is this? Hold on, I'm getting distracted because that's what happens. Okay? That's just, sometimes it happens. Don't forget to vote. There's a lot of voting going on this. Oh, man. Well, it doesn't matter. I already bought stuff. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're good. This one and rare and classic video games. Oh, and look, there's Chief.
We're having a get-together on Saturday, September the 21st at Rare and Classic Games in Houston, Texas. Our awesome buddy AC is having a get-together, and we're inviting you guys. So if you have trades, if you just want to hang out, me and Jay from the Game Chasers, once again, we're up to our old shenanigans. If you guys want to come out and hang out, chill, bring your trades, you're more than welcome to do so. So I hope to see you there.
There you go. Rare and classic video games. I forgot the name of it. But yes, we will all be there on Saturday. So there you go. And I need to log out again because I don't know about you, but I keep seeing weird stuff come up in my Facebook, conversations I've had. Just saying, it's a little weird. It's a little weird to me. As creepy as the green blob guys. Oh yeah, those were terrible. Those are like everybody talks about those what are they, rats? The Quiznos subs commercial. We love your subs, right? Cause they are good to us. You remember those with the little? They were kind of gross, but I thought they were hilarious, and I love those commercials. It seriously made me want to go to Quiznos because I love those commercials so much. Those green booger guys, gross. Like one of the grossest things on TV. Period. Like I hate those. He had a suit at the end of the commercial. Oh, did I miss the suit? I mean, look, well, this is way beyond our, our typical, what we do here. Okay, sure. Oh, okay. So, oops. Oh. Yeah, that is definitely not it. But, I mean, I get what you're saying. That's pretty funny. But no, this was a giant teddy bear head walking down the street. Anyway. I fell over in my chair streaming the other day. I was in my underwear and my green screen came down. Most embarrassing thing ever. Oh, gosh. I did not know that. Minky linked it, so I just pinned the link and leaned into it. Worse than falling asleep drunk. Petra Labuza. Yeah. I miss Quiznos, man. I do. I really. Now, I mean, they're no Jersey Mikes. Let's set the record straight here. But my second would probably be Quiznos because that mesquite chicken, whatever it was, mesquite chicken with ranch, I think. Awesome. I wonder, are there Quiznos around still? Can I look? Can I see? Introducing hikes and custom routes. Apple just updated all their stuff. So there's new stuff. But it kind of sucks that there's no you can't do hikes. You can't see the hiking routes on if it's got to be a national park. And there's only like 2 or 3 national parks in Texas. Carrollton. That's they close at 6. Weird. But that's the closest Quiznos to me. Wow. Sucks, man. I used to love Quiznos. Quiznos mixed media monsters. Yes, I loved them. They got a pepper bar. My voice did a weird thing there. But yeah, that one. They got a pepper bar. It was awesome. And Jersey Mike's is the best. So here's what we're going to do. I want to vape one of these like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it. With 12 votes total. Okay, I'll give it a minute. I guess I could probably do this. I have a minute on the clock. Timer. Geez, if I could. This is how long you have to vote. Not long. If you want to vote, you got to vote now. As Grim Green says, if you don't vote today, then you don't get to vote. Funky. So there you go. I shouldn't do that because that hurt my head. Oh, the pressure. I can't deal with the pressure. There's so much pressure. Oh my God. Oscar Perez. Hey, quick, get in your vote. You got 15 seconds. If you want to vote now. Quiznos flavored vape. Ugh. They had what was it? The pizza roll flavor. They had a pizza roll flavor. I never tried it. Oh, there it is. I'm hitting end. And there we go. Look at that. Caramel custard with 46% of the vote. Georgie Hot Fudge Sundae got 38%. And Toffee Custard, I mean, look, that's the way it goes. The new one the new kid on the block this week just came in and just ran away with it. So what can I do? No love for toffee. I know. I want to try it. But here's the thing. The vanilla custard, we tried it last week, right? It's fine. It's one of those that, remember, if I said something, I think I said that it kind of has like a little bit of a tobacco kind of flavor to it. Yeah, it does. And over the week, it kind of mellowed out even more. And it's almost like vaping, like vanilla custard, like hint there with a little bit of air. It's very mild, which makes me think, are all the bottled violets going to be mild? I don't know, but that's what we're here to find out. Now, I'm shaking this up. Now, what we're doing tonight is kind of special. Okay? Oh my gosh, that literally smells like the caramel that you get to put on ice cream, it is deep caramel. I'm a fan. So Nuck, it's time to Nuck, guys. It's time to Nuck. Cheers. It's about what I expected. It's that vanilla custard from last week, but with caramel on top. So there you go. Oscar, I did say hi to you, didn't I? Yes, hi, Oscar. Is there an ass eat flavor? No. Thankfully, there's not. There's not an ass eat flavor, Billy. No. They have. Okay. So anyway, I said we're going to do something special. Let me tell you what happened. So I've been doing some cleanup. I got in the closet. I brought out all my vape gear. I showed a picture of that in the Discord of all the boxes of vape gear. And I mean, there's just a ton of stuff. You know, you're talking about what, 11 years worth of vaping products, and some are really, really old. This is one of the first ones that I got. I don't have it anymore because I think it got all corroded and gross. So I threw it away, but this is what I had. Bam. You can't see it because of my big fat head. Okay, bam. So basically what this was is that. So it's a battery to a little cartomizer. They call it a cartomizer. But you squonk. That was my first squonker. Right? The little bottle, you fill up the bottle, you put that into this little metal piece. See this little coil? And it's not even the thing is, there's no cotton or anything like that in these. It's literally just liquid into a little reservoir where a coil sits. So back then, when I got this thing, there was no cotton, there was no silica wicks, there was nothing. It was literally a coil sitting in juice. And that's what you got out of it. But it was the first time that I was like, yes, that's what I want. I want the liquid to be in a place where it can just go up to the coil. So like I said, it's this big. This is how tiny this little guy, okay? Now here's what's funny. This is what we're going to try tonight. Look at the size of those coils. This is one big fat coil. There you go. You can see it's a big mesh coil in there. And we're going to try this sucker. But look at the size compared to that. And this is just a little tiny coil, like rolled up in the bottom of that. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to vape this. So here's what you do. This is a pre-made coil, right? This is, you buy a pack of coils. What happened was I was cleaning out all my stuff and we went over to my in-laws' house, and she had a lot of coils that I had just given to her because I wasn't using this tank anymore. Well, she broke that tank, but she still had a bunch of coils left over. So I said, let's give them a shot. So This is the Innikin Scion. Scion tank. The Scion. So what you do is you put a little liquid. This is what I used to do. I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do. You put a little bit of liquid on this coil, on the cotton there, because there's cotton all the way around. You see the little cotton holes? You put a little liquid on each of those little holes. Let it soak in. I don't know if you can see it going in, but it's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a relaxing, kind of like, oh, that's kind of satisfying to watch that liquid get soaked up into this cotton. So you put it in each of this, and then you put a little bit on top. This is called priming the coil. So then when you put the tank on, that's not it. When you put the tank on and it screws together, and then this tank, some of them had a little screw off top. Some of them had like little where the thing would open. This one has a push to open. Kind of nice. Push to open. And then when you fill this, what you're supposed to do is let this sit for a few minutes. So it's pretty much all the way to the top. Close that guy up. It's pretty much ready to go. Now you're supposed to, like I said, let this soak. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this on a vintage mod. So this might not look that vintage to you, but this is like 5 years old. And look at that screen. I mean, this is a vintage mod right here called the Lost Vape Therion DNA 166. This was about $150, $160 mod when it came out. Dual battery, little slide on thing, and it kind of catches, but that's real wood in here. And then it's got this really, really nice textured thing here. So when you put it in your hand, it's just like, oh man, it's nice. And so you trigger it like trigger. So this is what it's going on. So we're going to put it on here. Now, of course, a silver tank would have been better, but I don't have a silver one of these guys. So we're just going to let that sit for a minute. Just see what happens. Hopefully it's good. But I have a little surprise for you. I have a little surprise. We have another tank and another mod, another vintage little setup that I want to try again. And this is, let me show you this. So we've seen this guy before, right? Little squonker guy. Same sort of thing. You put liquid in here and it goes up to the atomizer. But this is, you see that? The Rebirth. And that is a Phoenix on there. Mike Vapes. Rebirth. Can't get these anymore. But I got one of the ones that I really want. One of the matte black. I just think it looks cool. And it's great. That's my acai in here. But Mike said, I like the Rebirth, but I want to do a tank. So he made the Rebirth. Same logo, the Rebirth RTA. And that's what I have on this guy. This is the Lost Vape, same company, Lost Vape Mirage. And this one has a color screen. This one was about $150 when it came out. I spent way too much money on stupid vape gear that's just power, right? It's just power to a coil. So what we're going to do is we're going to take second place. And second place is going to get Vape 2. Okay? So Georgie, the Hot Fudge Sundae, is getting vaped in the Rebirth RTA. So here we go. Let's shake it up a little bit. Let's shake it up. New poll. Now, I figure we just use the second place, man. Just use the second place. First and second gets chosen. Toffee is just going to have to, it's just going to have to wait. It's just going to have to wait. So, Rob. Well, Ninjinzu, Toffee's going to get another shot. Okay? Toffee's going to get another shot next week. It's all right. But I'm not sure. This could be terrible. Okay? This could be bad. Both of these could be terrible. We won't know until we try them. But this actually gives this tank time to get get the liquid where it needs to go. You know what I mean? So anyway, here we go. Georgie, hot fudge sundae. There's a little bit of drop there, a little bit of drop there. All right. Second place Nuck. Here we go. I'm not sure what I'm tasting, honestly. I think it's supposed to be chocolate. I don't know about this one. I do not know. But look, same deal as always. See, this tank is interesting because here I'll show you once I get liquid on this. What's interesting about this tank is that each leg of your wicks. So you can see I've put liquid on that side, none on this side. But look at each leg has its own little cup, little reservoir down here, right? So it's a strange tank. And I'm wondering if this is the reason why I don't use this tank anymore, because it's kind of a bitch to wick. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. Because sometimes what would happen is I just get something new and then stop using the old thing. Okay, let me turn this guy on. All right. I mean, 72 watts, that's probably pretty good. Oh, yes. It's 0.2. Can I? Yes. Okay. Little bit of liquid on there. All right. So now, tank goes on. Screw that down. Open the top. Can I open the top? Oh my gosh. Wow. That was like that was a weird seal. Almost felt like vacuum sealed, you know what I mean? Like it was pulling on it. Anyway. Bleh, just bleh that in there. All right. Now, what's funny is that see that bubble? It's just stuck there in between the chimney, I guess, and the glass. So then and then there we go. Okay, this one's ready to go. And this other one should be ready to go. So let's give them a shot, okay? So first up, you chose it. It won caramel custard in the Inikin Scion tank on the Lost Vape Therion. We're just going to do it. It says 60 to 110 watts. We're just going to try it at 60. That's what you want to do. If you get a pre-made coil like this, you want to start low and then pull up to taste. You know, you don't have to go directly to 110 watts. Go to 60 and then make your way up from there. Here we go. That is really weak. So we're going to turn this up to 72. I got a little bit of flavor, but not much. We're going to have to go up higher. We're going to have to go up higher. I'm going to 80 watts. 80. There we go. 80 watts. See, you're kind of breaking in the coil at this point. 90 watts. Okay, we're getting there. But let me turn down the airflow just a bit. Let's see if that helps. It's a lot of airflow. Did you see that there's like this big huge hole in the middle, which means all that air, usually the more restricted something is, the better the flavor is going to be. When it's like this is just for clouds. Let's see. One little click down. I don't know. Okay, there we go. The caramel's coming through. But it's pretty weak. It's a pretty weak flavor. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to run this coil at least, much higher. Well, I'm going to go up to 95. And let's see what happens at 95 watts. Let me open up just a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, it's good. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say that caramel custard is pretty good. It is a little on the weak side for me. But again, a lot of liquid manufacturers these days are more about keeping your coils good for longer, And if you have a lot of sweetener in your liquid, it'll gunk them up and you'll have to change your coils out and all that kind of stuff. The less sweetener you use in your liquid, the longer your coils will last. I think that's what they were going for here. It tastes pretty good. It's good. It's fine. Excuse me. It's good. Let's take a look. Hey, let's hydrate. All right. So now this is ready to go. This is Georgie. Came in second place. Hot Fudge Sundae. The Rebirth RTA, which you can't even see the logo now. It's kind of funny. On the Lost Vape Mirage. Very, very nice mod. This is stabilized wood. It goes all the way through. So when you take the battery out, you can see the wood on the inside. Very, very nice. Kind of expensive at the time. Let's try it. I haven't tried this mod in probably 4 or 5 years. So let's see. Rebirth. Hot Fudge Sundae. Georgie. That's a lot of airflow. A lot. Let's turn the air down just a smidge. It's a weird sound, right? Can you hear that? I don't know if it's blocking that sound out. No, I don't think it is. It's a weird sound. That's weird, man. That's a weird flavor. The problem with chocolate flavorings is that it almost tastes like some of the flavorings almost taste like the chocolate flavoring that's on like a chocolate glazed donut, where it's chocolate, but it's kind of weird. That's kind of what this tastes like, but milder. They're really going for milder flavoring here, which can be really good, but I have to dial it in. I think I'm gonna have to go up higher. This is a 0.21. I think I'm gonna have to go up to like 75. Let's try that. There's something weird in there though. There's a weird flavoring in there. Kind of a little bit off-putting. Just gonna say it, a little off-putting. But this could be one that grows on me, because that's what happens sometimes. is I'll vape it on stream and be like, it's okay. And then I'll vape the crap out of it and be like, oh my God, you know? I think that's what might happen here. Because it's kind of good. Okay, I'll just say this. Of the two, I'm liking the caramel custard more. But the Georgie is not bad, but it could be the tank. Maybe this is one of those situations where I need to, vape it through a tank before it'll really give me the flavor. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, 2 old mods, 2 old tanks. This one with it's these. And they come in things like that. So yeah, I mean, the tank works fine. I just don't think that the flavor's very good. But again, things in the vape world, every year things get like incrementally like better, like incrementally, exponentially better. And this is let's see, when did this come out? Does it have a date? Batch number. Oh wait. Nope. Yeah, there's no date on this. I guess I could look it up. Anakin Scion. Let me see. You can't see this because if you do, I might get in trouble. Holy crap, are those tanks actually, you can still buy these tanks? Oh no. Oh yeah. There's a thing that has a you can still buy these. Weird. Videos. 2017. That's when this came out. Or no, wait. It looks like it's the V2, which came out in February 2018. So yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird. Anyway, let's get back to the show. Look, thank you guys for participating. Of course, I always love it when you guys, say, "Hey, I'm gonna vote." Man, okay, that caramel's kind of nice. It kind of reminds me of almost like a Werther's, which is kind of nice. The Georgie's weird, but we'll see. All right, let me get caught up here. Man, way behind. Way behind. Okay, there's Rufus's clip of him having things. Save it for later. Okay then. Burnt armpit hair. Ooh. Seems like an old school method with that style of tank. Well, they still make them like that. The only difference is the way that they do it now is instead of just the coil screwing into the chimney like this, the way that it works is that there's kind of the chimney comes down and then there's like a cage. And what happens is instead of screwing in the coil, it just press fits into this cage. And it makes it easier to change out these coils. Cause if I said, oh my God, look at how much liquid came out of that tank already. I filled it up all the way. Just a few pulls on it. But what if I want to change this, like if this coil goes bad, I have to change it. I have to drain the tank because because of air pressure and all that kind of stuff, it's not really, the liquid's not falling down. But if I unscrewed this right now, liquid everywhere. You have to bring, the liquid needs to be below where that coil sits, where that line is. Otherwise, liquid everywhere. With these new style tanks, you can turn it over, take the coil out, put another one in, and no liquid's lost, which is great. It's a great design. But it took years to get to that point, which is kind of interesting. I mean, if you're into vaping. But it's it was good for the time. It was top of the line at the time. But now I don't remember what's there's a every now and then they'll come out with new, they call them just sub-ohm tanks because they're tanks with, you know, sub 1 ohm. So sub-ohm tank. Like I have a bunch of these because this is one of the things that I was doing when I was cleaning up. I found a bunch of stuff that I don't use anymore. Like this is the Triton. I can't show you the back. But these coils are tiny in comparison. I mean, they're almost the size of this guy. But yeah, look at this. Look at the size of those coils. Very, very tiny in comparison to how. I mean, it's like 4 times the. It's like this is like 4 of these. But this is 0.4 ohm, and this is a 0.1 something, 0.15. Shows a 0.18 on the DNA mod, but this is a 0.15 coil. So this is where they were getting super, call it super sub ohm. Very close to 0.1. But anyway, I find all this stuff interesting, but I don't need this stuff anymore because number one, they don't make tanks like this guy. They don't make these mods anymore. These mods came out in 2012. And nobody wants to use a coil with no wicking material. And I don't even have the mod anymore. So there's not much I can do. But yeah, I love both of these. These are both great. The problem with this one is if you look, the batteries are side by side, but when you take this one out, no problem. But this one, you have to kind of finagle it in there and it can rip your battery wraps, which sucks. You have to have clean battery wraps. This one, the battery door is on the bottom with this little latch, and it's just a pain in the butt. Yeah, I have to use a tool because it's so tight that I have to use a tool to get it out. But this is using a 21700. But I have to use a tool to close it and to open it. And I think that's why I stopped using this. And it's limited to 75 watts. I'm basically maxing out this device because it only does 75 watts. It's the chip that does that. The chip limits it to 75 watts. A 21700 can actually go up to a 100. And they came out later, they came out with a DNA 100 chip. But this is just a DNA 75 chip. There you go. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see. Tried so hard to hide my weight gain. That's out the window now. I messed with Inikin Heavy back in the day while hearing that name. Oh yeah, I still have one of my favorite mods was the Inikin Proton. I love that mod. That mod was great. Very light. You know, like this one is like, this is all metal. It's super heavy. So having one that was like super, super light was really nice. Inikin Oceanus. I think I had that. That's the one that disappeared this last Retropalooza. Oh, well, there you go. This isn't yours. I swear. I didn't steal it from you. I need to swap these. This one goes here. That one goes there. Right? Right. I do 4 or 6 big rips off a burnt coil before I replace it because of the weight. Nice box mod. I mean, yeah, they're nice. They're nice. But see, like me, there's a way, especially with tanks like this where there's a screw on, what you can do to get just like, especially if you're trying to get your liquid down just enough to where you can replace it without liquid going everywhere, what you can do is close off the airflow and just suck like that, and it'll suck more liquid into the cotton. It might make a couple of rips juicier, but you know, you can at least get the liquid down just a little bit more. That's just a trick that I used to do. I don't do it much anymore because all of my tanks are designed better now. You know, the newer tanks are so much better. This one's good though. I remember the Rebirth being good, but I'm not getting great airflow out of this. You know, I was hoping for like the airflow on this because of that. Can you see the liquid everywhere. But can you see that that honeycomb airflow? It's kind of hard to see. There you go. That honeycomb airflow, it makes the air so smooth. And it's not like this sharp. It's just, it's nice and diffused. This has wide open air slots, but underneath the coils are those same honeycomb. The problem is the airflow feels weird on this tank. And also the flavor's weird. I don't know about that one. Don't know about it. I know nothing about vaping, but it's informational for me. Well, Matt Walls, I mean, I'm not trying to, get anybody to vape or anything like that. It's just, it's something that I started doing just to kill time, really. It's like, oh, I don't have much to talk about, so we'll do this. But then it became like a popular thing, and people are like asking, when are you going to do the liquid poll? And I'm like, oh, crap. Okay, well, people like it. So, yeah. All I do, look, I vape because I don't want to smoke. That's really it. I have found that for me, nicotine is something that my body really likes. It's just like caffeine. It's no more harmful than caffeine is nicotine by itself. So I figure, why not go with something that's 95% safer than burning combustible tobacco and breathing in the smoke? You know what I mean? It's different. So there you go. Get it back down. Yeah, Rufus. I have a 2x4 color screen on my mod. I feel like it should have games on it. Yeah, see, that's where they would probably get into trouble if they try to do that. I mean, some of the old mods had games on them. Like I never had one, but one of the mods that I was thinking about getting had a version of Snake. Like it was on your cell phone. It had Snake on, because it was if you can imagine the color screen being that big square or big rectangle, and yeah, it had Snake on it. But luckily they stopped doing that, because look, here's the thing. We don't need any more ammo for all of these crazy, and they are crazy, these people that are against harm reduction. They're nuts. They just want money. Anyway, you don't want to give them any more ammo. Okay? Putting a game on an e-cigarette thing? No. On a vaping device? No. Jim Carrey-esque. Look, I gotta say, some of my physical humor is Jim Carrey-esque, because I do like Jim Carrey. I can walk, do his Ace Ventura, where he, I do that, and then every now and then, yeah, it's very Jim Carrey. Sorry, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Don't leave it on your vendor table anymore. No, don't. I happened to get real sick right after that first time, so maybe they caught it. Oh, that would be bad. I was going to buy a Vaporesso Target, and it says high amp 18650. Are those any different from the 18650s you linked me to that I bought? Those are high amp. The ones that, when they say high amp, they mean 20 or above. 25 preferably. If you get 30, great. But usually 25 amp is about as high as you can go. This one is this one's the P28. The P28. Let me see. Do this. I can't pull this up because I don't want to get in trouble. P28 amp limit. That is a 35 amp on the maximum. So you're going to be good. The Molicels are good. They're 30 amp, 35 amp. You're good. So don't worry about that. Ever mess with the Geek Vape Zeus top airflow small coil press fit? It's my favorite replaceable coil atomizer. No, but I think that's what Grindhead Jim uses. I think he and his wife both use Geek Vape Zeuses, because I think they both got the whatever Geek Vape Legend, which I have the first one. They have like the new one with the color screen on it and stuff. No, but yeah, the replaceable coil, Geek Vape makes good stuff. I have plenty of Geek Vape stuff. I actually have 2 Zeus tanks. One is a mesh So kind of like that, mesh. And then, so it's a mesh rebuildable atomizer, and then there's a regular coil atomizer. I've used both of those. They're fine. I just there are little things that I don't like, and so they're in the box in my closet. But yeah. Back figured lurk during vape time and feed the pets and put away dishes. Well, Showzama, welcome back. Because we're about to get into what's going on this weekend. There's so much stuff starting tomorrow. There's so much stuff over the next couple of weeks. So much stuff. And this isn't even all of it. This is just the stuff that I'm kind of like, I kind of have my eye on. Okay? So first up, Agatha All Along. Now, before you say, oh my gosh, it's woke and women and witches and blah, blah, blah. Right. Disney doesn't have enough witches. They didn't have enough witches when the Acolyte, so now they have to bring out Agatha All Along. All I can say is this doesn't 100% appeal to me. But a lot of people, there have been a lot of good reviews of the first 4 episodes. There have also been plenty of people that go, hey, look, it's not for me, but it's quality. It's been pretty quality. It's the same showrunner as WandaVision, I think, as one of the writers of WandaVision. Anyway, so look, I'm willing to give it a shot, but I can almost guarantee you it's not for me. But Catherine Hahn is awesome. I really like her. Yeah, Aegis X, I think that's what it's called. Maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. But that starts tomorrow. So if you're interested in Agatha All Along, starts tomorrow. And then on Thursday, the one that I'm really pumped about, The Penguin. I'm really pumped for this show because I think Colin Farrell is one of the best actors that we have today that doesn't have an Academy Award yet. I think he needs one. He needs one. I mean, he's been nominated, but he has not won yet. He's great. And he's awesome as the Penguin. So I'm really excited for this. Of course, it's based off of Matt Reeves' Batman. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks great. Yeah, I think it looks awesome. I'm so excited. That is Thursday is when that starts. Also on Thursday, coming out in theaters is a movie that I got to see on Saturday, and that is Transformers 1. Now look, you probably already watched my review. And if you haven't, shame on you. You should have watched my review. But I will just give you a little taste of what that review is. Basically, it's the best Transformers movie since 1986. Since the Transformers movie in 1986. This is the best. There's, to me, none of the Bay movies, not even Bumblebee, not Rise of the Beasts. Of course, I didn't see Rise of the Beasts. There's a few Transformers movie I never saw because I looked at them and went, that's not for me. And then read reviews or saw reviews, which made me go, yep, it's not for me. Bumblebee is as close as they got to really, really good Transformers movie. I like Bumblebee. I own Bumblebee digitally. But it's still not 100% what I want from a Transformers movie. This one is. I really had a good time with this. And I think if you're a Transformers fan, you owe it to yourself to watch this because it's really good. So, I'm just going to say it. Transformers 1 is the best Transformers movie since Transformers the movie in 1986. You Got the Touch, Unicron, all that stuff. It's the best since then. Just saying it. And then this weekend, and this is a weird thing, but this is only on Saturday and Wednesday is when this will be playing in theaters. And that is Super/Man, the movie. The Christopher Reeve story. It's Reeve, by the way. I know there's George Reeves. There's Keanu Reeves with plural. Christopher Reeve. No S. So if you're gonna talk about Christopher Reeve, please get his name right. I really want to see this, but again, I'm not going to be in a position to go watch a movie on Saturday. So I'm really going to try hard to go to the movie on Wednesday. I was like, what am I talking about again? Yeah, Christopher Reeve. Here's the thing. I'm going to have to take 7 boxes of Kleenex because I cried every time I've seen this trailer. Every time. Without fail. Oh, you're such a big, I don't care what you call me. Look, I'm an empath. I feel people's feelings. And when I see someone crying or when I see something that hits me, waterworks immediately. Immediately. So I'm going to cry my eyes out during this movie. I'm going to have to take a Gatorade just so I don't get dehydrated because I'm going to cry so much. Speaking of. So as far as I can tell, Saturday and Wednesday, that's it. Now, there is, at least in Dallas-Fort Worth, there is one theater that's showing it multiple times. I've never even heard of this theater, so it may be, I don't know, kind of sketchy. But check your local listings. Starts on Saturday and Wednesday. Not Saturday through Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday. So if you want to see it in the theater, that's what you do. And then actually, I will say this. Let me pull it up because, let me do this. Let me do this. So, if you're interested in Megalopolis, I put this up way too late in Discord because I didn't even know about it. But they are doing a screening of Megalopolis on Monday. And it is an IMAX Live one night only fan event for IMAX moviegoers in select cities, September 23rd. I don't know how far I'm going to have to drive. I've never been to this theater before that I'm driving to. But yeah, so basically what's going to happen, let me see if it says. Yeah, the event will be live streamed to 66 participating IMAX theaters in cities across the US simultaneously at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Central. And there you go. There were just a handful of tickets left, and I'm going to be sitting all the way in the back, all the way over to the left. But I wanted to see this. It's Francis Ford Coppola, you know? I love Francis Ford Coppola. So Megalopolis comes out in theaters next weekend. But on Monday, this next coming Monday, if you want to see it. In fact, here, I'm just going to put this in the chat. Bam. Wraith, welcome. Good to see you. And Derek, I don't think I said hi to you. Hi, Derek. How's it going? But yeah, I mean, look, it's a thing where, look, I get it when some people say, like, this is not going to be for everybody. Megalopolis, I know it's not. But I'm a huge Francis Ford Coppola fan. This is likely the last movie he will ever do. I kind of want to see it. And hearing how batshit crazy it is, that in the premiere, that there was a scene where somebody stood up in the audience and had a conversation with somebody on screen. Now, I mean, if it's, if you practice enough, you could make something like that work. But I want to see how crazy this movie is in IMAX. I mean, look, I'm down. I'm down. So there you go. And then let me go back to here. Then on the 27th, so next Friday, we have Wolves premiering on Apple TV Plus. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, that doesn't bode well. That Apple TV Plus, or Apple, this was supposed to come out in theaters, and now it's just going direct to Apple TV Plus. That probably means it's not going to be very good. Honestly, my hopes for this being a really, really good movie, brought it down for me a little bit, knowing that they don't have enough, belief in this movie to put it in theaters. But then I remembered, well, they did have Napoleon. They did have Argyle. They haven't been doing great in theaters, their Apple movies. So I kind of get it. But man, I love George Clooney. I love Brad Pitt. I want to see this movie. So the 27th, that's when that's happening. And then again, another movie that's going direct, and somebody actually brought this up in chat last week. I don't remember who. Pardon me. But yeah, October 3rd, we've got Salem's Lot coming to Max. So there's a ton coming out in the next couple of weeks. A ton. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited for all this stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of curious what you guys are going to think about all that stuff, because we will be talking about some of that stuff. I might do reviews. I'm not sure yet. I guess it depends on how things go, but yeah. Yeah. So there you go. The Geek Vape Zeus was the first one that got stolen. The second was my Anakin Oceanus. Well, Ricky, maybe you ought to stop leaving your vape shit somewhere. Maybe you ought to put it in your pocket. Or find one like my, I don't have it in here, but my Vaporesso, super, super light, real easy to go in my back pocket. Carry it with me everywhere I go. In fact, I take it in, if April's like, oh, let's stop in here and go shop it a little bit. Okay. I will pick my vape up from my car and I will put it in my pocket. Mainly because, man, I mistakenly left this in my car while I watched The Seven Samurai. And it was hot when it came out because, Texas is freaking hot. So yeah, take it with you. Just keep it with you. Put it in your back pocket. It's good. It's good, man. The trailer was intriguing. Yeah, Transformers is good. It really is good. So you need to see it. You need, if you're a Transformers fan, you need to see it. Period. That's just the way it is. I know now why you cry, but it's something I can never do. And then back into the left. Okay. I need to see horror movies next month. I mean, Wraith, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yeah. Do I vape at the theaters? Absolutely not. I follow all posted signs. And here in Texas, I do not vape inside anywhere except for my own house and my own car. Everywhere else, I do not vape. So if there's, give you an example. There's a city that's rather close to me. It's probably about a 20-minute drive from me, named Southlake. Okay. In Southlake, you're not supposed to smoke or vape within 50 feet of an entrance to a public building. So basically any entrance, I 100% follow those rules. I am not one of those people that is going to vape in a theater or is going to vape in somebody's face and go, oh, it's just vapor. What's the big deal? No. Even though it is only vapor and there's no such thing as secondhand vape, I get it. It doesn't. And plus, this might be one of those weird things, but like me, I'm thinking, okay, this is a water-based product that's been in my body. I wouldn't want anybody's vape coming into my face without me accepting it. So I try to follow those rules 100% of the time. Even if I'm out at a concert, an outside concert, whatever, I try not to vape where the vape goes in somebody's face. And anybody that's worked with me or anything over the last however many years will verify that, yeah, I try to stay very aware of where my vape is going and try not to, I don't want it to be a burden on anyone else. But that's the way I've always kind of worked. I don't want to be a burden on anybody, whether it's, cigarette smoke, whether it's vape, whether it's whatever. But like when I hear that people vape in theaters, even if it's from one of those little pods where it just puts out a little, I'm shocked. I'm shocked and appalled that someone would not follow the rules. It's just, I don't have any in here, but what I have is like, especially like some of these movies are like 3 hours that I've been going to see. I'll take my my snooze, so I don't have to worry about not having nicotine. But yeah, if you vape, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that's like, oh, it's just vapor. No. Respect other people's privacy, other people's space, and respect the law. If the law says that you can't smoke inside, you should follow the exact same rule. You should try to be a beacon of hope. No, you should try to be a what do you call it? You should try to lead by example and not do shit that's whatever. No. So no, don't vape in a theater. Don't vape in a business unless they say, "Hey, you can smoke in here." Then I'll vape it. Like in like Vegas. Hell yeah, man. But I still try not to blow it in people's faces. That's freaking rude. It's freaking rude, man. Anyway, you know what I never got or cared for? Rocky Horror Picture Show. Wraith, I'm right there with you. I don't understand. But again, we weren't alive when they were doing those live screenings and all that kind of stuff, and where it was everybody dressed up and they talked to the screen and all that shit. We weren't part of that movement. Now you look at it and it's, I don't know. I just doesn't work. Time to close up and head home. BRB. Ricky, be careful. A pillar of society. I mean, I don't know about that. I blow it into a rolled towel. Where, though, Rufus? Like, what do you mean? I'll tell you this. I think I've told this story, but when I was basically bedridden and I couldn't get up because of all of my stuff. I was attached to stuff, all that kind of thing, right? And I could barely walk, but I could vape, So I would vape in our bedroom. And I would work. I would sit there and work. So I'd have my laptop propped up. I'd be kind of laying back like this, and I'd be working. I have the TV going, It was like perfect, right? This is great, right? We're doing my work, and there was a situation where I was on a phone call. I was in a meeting, had my headphones in, and I'm sitting there, and I'm not working. I'm just listening to what people are saying, and I'm just vaping. And because the room is closed, I set the smoke alarm off in the middle of a meeting. Now, of course, I was on mute, no problem. But then I couldn't get up to open the door. So April came in going, "Oh my God." And she's like waving, a broom or something to try to get the vapor away from the smoke alarm. Because it's freaking loud. And of course, like I said, I've told the same story. We were, Bucho and I were actually doing a podcast with Hope and Chris over on their channel. And doing the same thing. I'm listening to what everybody's saying, vaping away, not thinking about it, and it filled up the room and smoke alarm went off. So it's just a thing, man. At work, it's rolled, then a pin holds it in a ring. Interesting. I mean, there are things that you can buy that I know of that are like, they look like tubes, but it's just like, it's almost like a filter, like on a cigarette, but on a larger scale, and you just blow your vape into it and nothing comes out the other end because it's basically being caught in all these layers of material. I have noticed that if I have a blanket, I can blow it into the blanket and only a little bit will come out the other side, but it'll make it wet, which is weird. But yeah, I try not to vape anywhere that. There's been times when I've done it by accident. Like I'm just sitting there listening to, I remember, where did I work? Where was it? This was in Irving, when I worked in Irving. I was sitting there on a phone call And I just grabbed it, not even thinking, grabbed it like this, and mid draw, I went, oh crap. So I just held it. And when you hold it, a little bit will come out when you exhale, but not enough to set off any smoke alarms. But yeah, something like this that puts out a lot of vapor. And I was just sitting there holding it, turning blue. Anyway. See, a little bit came out. I mean, that was still quite a bit. But yeah. It was weird. You can ghost hit pretty easy. I mean, it depends on what you're vaping. Something like this that puts out a lot, it's hard. But again, I don't understand why any vapor or smoker. I mean, but that's the thing though. I don't, there's a lot of things that people do that I don't understand. Like respect other people's privacy. Respect other people's privacy, respect their personal space, respect that they don't smoke. And so anything foreign, anything that's not air is like, oh, that's weird. You know? When in reality, it's kind of like breathing in boiling water. To them, I'm talking about, not to us, but to them, it's literally like breathing in boiling water. There's nothing like do these same people freak out at medieval times when they set up when the fog machine goes off and they're like, oh my God, are they freaking out? No, because that's basically what it is. It's the same stuff. But I get it. I try to respect people's personal space. I don't see, a lady walking by with a baby carriage and blow it into the baby's face. No, stop doing that. Rufus, stop doing that. I don't know. I know you don't do that, but you know what I'm saying? I just don't, I try to respect people. I don't chuck clouds like you vape at like 44. Oh, you vape at like 44 watts. Right. I get that. I get that too. And I know you don't, Rufus. I was just kidding. If you go in public, you deal with public. Southerners are too nice. Not always. I've definitely seen some D-bags out doing that stuff. But I have never seen, well, not one time, and I've seen a lot of movies, mind you. Maybe it's because I usually go on that first day, and usually the people that are going the first day are there for the movie, nothing else. And maybe if I went to a 10 o'clock showing, in the city, maybe I'd see people vaping in a theater and blowing up vape or whatever. I've never seen that one time in a theater. Not one time. I did it one time, and it was me and my wife, and we were the only people in the theater. And I had a little stick thing, and I went like that and took a little, and she goes, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry, I just want a little bit. That's the only time. So I don't go to the theater because I vape. If I could get away with it, I would go. Well, again, man, do something like snus. Snus is actually safer than vaping is, at least according to the science. There is more harm possible in a vape than there is in snus. And snus, man, I'm good. I'm good. Like it's a good 30, 45 minutes that I don't need any nicotine. It's great. So I would highly recommend that for you, Rufus. I mean, if you want. I mean, you don't have to. It's just a thing. Guy next to me in sold out Oppenheimer was vaping. See, that to me, that's disgusting. Asked him to stop and then he fell asleep in the movie. Well, that's a bad person. I'm sorry. I just don't. Isn't that just chew? No, Rufus. No. Hold on. I'll show you. Now, if Billy's still here, he's tried it and he's never been a smoker, so it was too much for him. But so it comes like mine. I gotta make sure there's no web address on that. So it comes in a little container, kind of like chewing tobacco or snuff or whatever, but they come in these little bitty packets. Right? And this is spearmint, and it's awesome. You get your nicotine. It's good. It's a good guy. And this particular comes in 3 milligram. So if you need a lot of, like if you vape 6 milligram, 9 milligram, 12 milligram, you'd want to get a higher nicotine strength than what I use. I use 3 milligram because I use 3 milligram on my vape. But yeah, I love these. On a plane trip, you know what? I've done it while we're hiking. So I don't have to vape while I'm hiking. Because even though I'm outside, there's people, coming one way or the other. I don't want to be caught in the middle of a hit. I'd rather just do this and I don't have to worry about it. Lately, I haven't been doing anything because it's so damn hot that it's not enjoyable. But yeah, look into it, man. Snus, SNUS. I also have, don't I have? I thought I had some Camel Snus in here. Oh, maybe I threw it away because it was expired. I hadn't used it in a long time. These I use like every time I go to the movie. I have one, at least one. A pet peeve of mine as a vapor is when you're at friend's house who doesn't smoke and people still vape inside. Wait a minute. Hey Styles, welcome, by the way. Hi, how's it going? A pet peeve of mine as a vapor is when you're at a friend's house who doesn't smoke. Oh, and people still vape inside. No, no. I respect other people's. Dude, Billy and Jay have both told me you can vape in the car, and I go, no, it's cool, man. I'll wait. I'm probably too nice about that. But no, that's crazy. And do they even ask? Or do they just do it? Because if they do it, that's not even... To me, people deserve respect, period. Okay? People you don't know, perfect strangers and all that stuff. But to even do that to your friend, that's kind of crappy. You can tell your friends that I said that. Hey, that Order 42 guy thinks it's crappy that you vape in such and such house. Yeah. But them doing it without even asking? Like, I've had people say, hey, no problem. Go ahead. I've had people that, I'll just say, imbibe other substances inside. They say, yeah, no problem. Go ahead. I'm like, are you sure? And then I'll do it and they'll go, whoa, that's huge. And I'm like, I can do this outside. And they're like, no, it's no big deal. I'm like, okay. I absolutely ask. Your lifestyle is not disrespectful. Well, that may be true, but I don't know, man. I try to treat everyone as if, like, especially when it's a stranger's house, or I'm not a stranger's house. Especially when it's a friend of mine, I try to treat it like it's my grandma's house. Both my grandmas are dead. But I try to treat it like my grandma's house. Like when I was a smoker, I never would smoke in my grandma's house. I never would vape, vaping wasn't around. And I'm talking about even, my grandparents smoked. And I wouldn't smoke in their house. I don't know. WWGD. No, WWGT. What would grandma think? But the thing is I know there's a ton of people out there that have no respect for anybody except themselves. And they don't think about anything but themselves. But I'm one of those people that I go overboard and try to be as little of a burden as possible on everyone. I try to stay out of people's way. On the highway, I'm always, even though I drive a BMW and people drive really aggressively toward me. In fact, my wife said on the way to work multiple times, she had people like drive up on her, like all aggressive. Like, she goes, people don't drive like that in my Jeep. But in the BMW, man, it seems like everybody thinks there's like some businessman douchebag driving a BMW. And I've had it multiple times. And I just let them go. I try to get out of their way and let them go. But every now and then, I probably deserve that. I drive aggressively sometimes. And April did too. She said many times, she goes, I got up to 100 on the way home today. And I'm like, I can't really blame you because that car's fun. But Rogue Berry is your favorite. I have, let me see. Oh, I have that. That's in the car, actually. The berry flavoring is in the car. My favorite is the cinnamon that I've tried. I know there's some other flavors, but I've only tried the spearmint, the berry, and the cinnamon. And the cinnamon so far is still my favorite. But my dad used to snooze. It's seriously, when it comes to getting nicotine, it is literally one of the safest things that you can do. Now, don't just believe me. Go look at the science. The science, I wouldn't say proves it, but the science supports what I'm saying. That when it comes to harm, snooze is is really close to just air, and just nothing. Right above that is vaping, and then cigarettes are way up here. The most harm that you can possibly do. It's one of the most harmful things that you can, as far as drugs go. I'm not judging. If you smoke, I'm not judging. I'm just saying there are safer options. There are a lot safer options. But again, do your research. Go to multiple sources and you will find that a lot of people, a lot of big time scientists, they say it's at least 95% safer. So there you go. What's going to change come Retropalooza weekend? You aren't a burden, Rob. Well, here's the thing, though. Okay, so that's just my personality, right? Now imagine I'm up in the hospital, like my abs are shot, completely shot. I can't even get up without help. I'm bandaged up, I'm hooked to IVs, all this stuff, right? Now imagine that kind of person, the personality of me, dealing with hospital people, dealing with my family, all that stuff. I was in a constant feeling of almost anxiety because I had to ask for things. I hate inconveniencing people in any way. Everybody, when it comes to like the hospital, every one of the hospital people that had to deal with me, they loved me because I was so courteous and I was, very accommodating, as accommodating as a person could be in my condition. I tried to, have good spirits and try to, all that. And they're like, no one that's been through the kind of stuff that you've been through, no one's ever been this nice. I mean, I had people, it was a group of ladies in the anesthesia department bought me flowers and came and visited me in my hotel room after my surgery because I made such an impression on them. Now, I'm not saying this to brag or anything like that, but I believe that those people are heroes and I try to treat them with the respect that I think they deserve. And they appreciate that. It's just one of those things. But I felt, trust me, for months turning into years, I felt like a burden on my entire family, on my wife, on my dad, because he was here a lot, on my brother, he was here a lot, my mother-in-law, she was here a lot. Anybody that came over to basically sit with me to make sure that I didn't, get a kink in my IV and, die or whatever. Anybody that took care of me, I try to treat them with the utmost respect. But there you go. Anyway, we'll get off of that. I vape in both my brother's house, but that's because they let me. When we go to our other brother's house, I go outside to do it, and I don't vape in the vehicle, and someone else does first. Yep. And I mean, like, Billy and Jay have both told me, yeah, it's cool, go ahead. And I'm like, no, I just don't. When I used to drive, it was very aggravating to have my smoker friends plead. Wait. plead to me to smoke in my car when they know I won't allow it. Oh, yeah, screw that. No, if you don't, dude, I was a smoker for many years. My first car, smoked the hell out of it. But that car stunk. It stunk. It just did. I'm sorry, but it does. It stinks. So my Volkswagen, I smoked for many years in that while I was driving that car. I never smoked in it. Never. So there you go. Didn't mean to sidetrack you. What else is happening? Oh, I mean, show's on. It's no big deal. It's just part of the deal. I mean, that's the show, you know. we get on things. I had a friend who would bug me about smoking my vehicle and get annoyed that I didn't do it. Yeah, no. I love my grandma enough to not tell her she's a scumbag. She had to raise me because she didn't raise my mom. Now that I'm older than them, I don't get or respect any of their decisions. Not sure. Yeah, that's not how they were. And I was, One time I just got annoyed and said, if you're going to smoke, then get the F out. You know, I don't smoke in here, so deal with it or walk. Then they shut up. Take a cinnamon and an apple flavored. Ooh. That sounds good. That sounds good. A Styles. I will check that out. That's a good one. You said I had nothing to do. I was so far behind. I don't know what that's for talking about. Don't confuse personality for trauma. You are used as a therapist or psychological validation by a parent would be my guess. No. No, Rufus. No, it was an absolute. I had respect for anybody that took the time to take care of me. Now, I paid for it. I paid a lot of money for the, I mean, that was 3 weeks in the hospital was not cheap. But no, that's not what it was for me. You shouldn't just feel like a burden for nothing. Oh, I know, but that's an automatic, and I don't know where it comes from. I'm one of those people that really has tried to dive into my brain for like, why do I do these things? And I figured out a lot of them. Like I know why when I get mad, sometimes I get mad at the drop of a hat and I get super mad, like really quick, like super hot fire, like all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. I don't know where that comes from. I mean, I know where that comes from. I don't know where I get the don't get in anybody's way. Like if there's a bunch of people walking and somebody has to say, excuse me, I feel really bad. I'm like, I'm sorry. Let me get out of your way. It's just the way it is. Your mom used you as a homie. I respect anyone in the medical field that helped me. I mean, seriously, some of those people are freaking amazing. Amazing people. Let me try this. Georgie again. When I smelled it, it almost smelled like peanut butter. But this is a weird one, man. For a hot fudge sundae, I'm trying to understand what flavorings could make up this flavor because it doesn't taste like a hot fudge sundae to me. Do you steep juice if you don't like it? I mean, yeah. Like, does this say when it was made? No, there's no born on date on this. I mean, I would guess within the last 6 months or so. So this would be good. Usually liquids last about 2 years. But no, I mean, it depends. Yes, typically, but usually it goes in the jug of shame. But now the box of shame is gone. I've already filled the jug is all the flavorings and all that stuff. It's all in the jug. Now I just have to, I have to remember to get kitty litter so I can, get rid of all this stuff. And I mean, yes, I could take it to the dump and just say, hey, this is, flavorings and nicotine and all kinds of crazy crap. And they go, okay, put it over there to be good. But I probably should do that because it's too much trouble to do all the kitty litter and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, sure. But a lot of times I'll go back to it and I'll go, nope, still sucks. Like that one, I don't know if there's any fixing that. I don't know. Or that one has the potential of getting better, but there are some liquids that it's like, nope, that's just bad. And there's no helping that one. Like the cactus one, cactus and lemon something. It's disgusting. So bad. If you just pop that entire top off, it will steep faster. Oh, I know. Jacob's mom been in the med field most of our lives, pretty much since we were kids. Jacob's mom. Yes. Well, thank her for me. It's awesome. Use it like an oil slick from the James Bond movies. Cosmo, did I say hi to you? I think I did. But if not, hi. Okay, so now I think it's time. I think we want to do the movies, the movies I watch stuff, you know, like last week. And the one pickup of the week. But I have to pee. So I'll be right back. Okay? So just hold on a minute. Be right back. Okay, we're recording. So here we go. I found this Fallout 76 channel on their Discord is Vault42. Asked the dude if it was Hitchhikers, and it was. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, isn't that in the game though too? Which is probably related to Hitchhiker's Guide? Yeah. I mean, that's where I got it. So anyway. So we're gonna do the video now. So yeah. How do I want to start this? So, okay. This wasn't intentional, but this is pretty much going to be a tour of boutique Blu-ray manufacturers, because I have one from 4 different manufacturers here. So the first thing that I want to show you is something that I got yesterday. And I got this from Amazon, but look, I know I'm on a buying freeze right now because of my situation, but this was $10 off. I couldn't not get it. Like, why would I not get it? I mean, yeah, I could probably just have waited or whatever, but no, I didn't. But this is a movie that I love. I love this movie so much. I love it so much that I recently, as in Sunday, like 2 days ago, I did a short talking about this movie and how much I love it, but I only have it on DVD. I know it's on 4K from Arrow, but I hadn't gotten it yet. By the way, you know, if you didn't know that, I do shorts on all the Blu-rays and stuff, DVDs and stuff that I put on my shelf. And, you know, if you want to watch this, cool. But this is what I got. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves from Arrow Films. Now, this is the standard edition. This has a disc in it. That's it. Like a lot of Arrow sets and things, they're like these very, very extravagant sets with, you know, lobby cards and books and all kinds of stuff. The only thing that this has as kind of a special feature is that you can swap the label around and get the theatrical. But the good thing about this, in fact, I'm going to put the theatrical poster on the outside just for a change. Looks good. It looks good. But I mean, look at all the content. There's so much content. But it's 4K, of course. It's got all the special features that were on my DVD, plus some newer ones. So I'm really looking forward to watching Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves eventually when I get to it. I have a lot of stuff. But the next movie, or I guess the first movie that I watched, let me tell you a little story. So this was probably, this had to be mid-90s. I saw a bit of this movie somewhere. I don't know if I saw it at a friend's house. I don't know if I saw it on late night TV, but I saw just a tiny bit of it and was completely like drawn in, and I wanted to see the rest of it. And it looked like The Evil Dead to me. I was like, this is The Evil Dead, right? No, it wasn't The Evil Dead. Of course, I watched the Evil Dead movies. No, it wasn't an Evil Dead movie. I thought that's what it was. Turns out it was this movie. This is from Severin. Della Morte dell'Amore. And I'm like, this is not the movie. But yeah, the American version of this movie, oh my gosh, get out of there, is called Cemetery Man with Rupert Everett. Now, again, I'd never seen it. And for some reason, I decided to get the big box set that comes with the book, and it comes with the soundtrack, and it comes with 2 Blu-rays. I mean, this is a pretty full set. Again, the movie feature on Blu-ray and extras, additional extras, and the soundtrack CD. And then, of course, the book that it comes with has all the stuff. Now, if you've seen this movie is, I'll just say this. I didn't realize that there was as much sex and nudity in this movie as there was. And in 4K, I mean, look, there's a lot going on. The actress's name is Anna Falchi. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but wow. Quite a performance, I'll just say. But the whole story about this movie is that this guy works in a cemetery, and he's got like a sidekick, and he's kind of this. Is there a picture of the sidekick in here? Let's see. Oh, that's Anna Falchi, by the way. I mean, look, I'm just saying, look, she was a looker. And of course, Rupert Everett, you might know him. The only place that I knew of him was from My Best Friend's Wedding. He played Julia Roberts' gay best friend and kind of made a name for himself in the United States. But apparently, he's a British actor, and he was already a big deal in Italy, which is where this movie was made. And where's a picture of the guy? Oh, there he is. That's his sidekick. Okay, so they work and they live in this cemetery. But what happens is, a week after people get buried, they come back to life. And so it's basically their job to take care of them. Well, there's a lot of crazy things happen. I don't want to go into spoilers. But this, I don't even know if this movie is available anywhere else. But this was from Severin. And for some reason, I got a wild hair and said, I'm going to buy, this was months ago when I bought this, by the way. I said, I'm going to buy the Big Bad Special Edition because I've always wanted to see this movie and I want to see it the best way I can. I didn't need to buy this Big Bad Special Edition because I got to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the movie. The movie's, the best thing about the movie is it was made in 94, by the way, 1994. For, if you're nasty, 1994. The best thing about the movie is the way it's shot. It's like every time there was a chance to do something creative, they did it. There might be, a scene where it's like, okay, there's these two people talking and one crosses from this part of the room to the other. The director and cinematographer would try to do it in the most interesting way possible. Sometimes it's a little overboard, but a lot of cases I was really impressed with the way that the movie looked. It wasn't exactly a low budget movie, but it wasn't high either. So it was really, some of the effects were really impressive. I enjoyed the technical side of it, but the movie itself is way out there because you think the movie's going a certain way and then it just changes gears and he turns into a different kind of guy. And it's weird. It's a weird movie, man. It's just a weird ass movie. And apparently there's a famous comic in Italy called Dylan Dog. And the writer / creator of Dylan Dog fashioned his character off of Rupert Everett. And that author wrote this story or this script. So it almost feels like different issues of a comic book. Because how long is this movie? Does it say? 103 minutes. So an hour and 43 minutes. It felt a lot longer than that. But this may just be that I'm not used to Italian filmmaking. But it was really pretty interesting. I'm glad that I watched it. I'm a little bummed that I spent so much money on this edition, but I will gladly keep it in my collection for sure. But yeah, it's Michael. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. So I think it's Michael Soavi is the director. Apparently he worked with Dario Argento. So it's a weird, twisted movie. One of the best Italian horror films ever made, a brilliantly bloody and sexy black comedy / zombie film that truly earns its cult status. It is definitely a cult thing, and it didn't do well when it came out, all that kind of stuff. But again, Severin, this is my first Severin release, and I have to say, beautiful box, beautiful 4K presentation. All the discs are great. The book is great. I mean, this is a world-class release. I will also say that Severin typically makes a lot of their editions are for very non-mainstream movies. So a lot of B movies, a lot of sexy 70s movies and things like that. No judgment. But this is not I don't foresee myself buying a lot of Severin editions, not for the quality, but for the type of movies that they release. And that's the beautiful thing about boutique Blu-rays is they give like almost A-list treatment to some of these lesser known, kind of movies. So we've got Arrow, we've got Severin. The next movie is from Vinegar Syndrome. Now, this movie, I did not buy the special edition, not because I didn't, I don't need all the extra stuff. No, it wasn't that. I would have bought the Big Bad Special Edition because the Big Bad Special Edition was awesome, but it was sold out. But I wanted the movie because I remember watching this movie back when it came out. This is 1999 when this movie came out. I was very excited about seeing this again. It is Existenz. David Cronenberg directed. And of course, you've got Jude Law in one of his, I think Gattaca is probably the movie that most people saw Jude Law the first time. But this was probably the next big movie of his. And I could be wrong about that. But at least for me, I saw Jude Law and Gattaca, thought, oh my God, this guy's a star. Then I saw him in Existenz. It was like, it's a pretty good movie. It also has Jennifer Jason Leigh. It's got Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe? I said Willem. It should be Willem, not William. Willem Dafoe. Ian Holm. It's David Cronenberg. And if you've seen a David Cronenberg movie, you know, man, there's going to be some weird, twisted body horror. And this movie's got weird, twisted body horror in it. But this also, because it's the standard edition of Existenz on 4K. You've got the 4K disc and the Blu-ray. And most of the special features are going to be on the Blu-ray, along with the movie, in Blu-ray quality. This one is one of those where I'm like, I'm really glad that I own this. I'm glad that I watched it again. This is one that I might watch again in probably 5-10 years. This is not a great movie. It's just not that good. And it's not because it's a bad story. I think the editing was awkward to me. And in a way, I get what they were trying to do with it. Okay, wait. Before we get into that, let me just tell you real quick what this movie's about. So, Jennifer Jason Leigh is a game developer. And she has created this amazing video game system, kind of, that you plug into, and it's supposed to be this jaw-dropping experience, right? When you go into the world of Existenz, you're experiencing something you've never experienced before. Jude Law is a security person for her. Well, during this presentation, she gets attacked. Jude Law gets her out of there, and then a lot of crazy things happen. So I don't want to go too far into spoilers in case you have not seen Existenz. This might sound like one of those movies that you're like, yeah, that sounds right up my alley. If you're into video games, this is an interesting movie because there's a lot of things that they do in the real world. You're just seeing it, but it's very video gamey and it's kind of interesting in that way. All of these movies are interesting, even though some are better than others. All of these movies are interesting, but like I said, I don't think De La More or Cemetery Man quite worked on what they tried to accomplish. I also don't think that, especially since this movie came out just a couple of months after The Matrix, it didn't quite work either, even though they share some themes. One of the things that I will say about this movie that makes it a little better than The Matrix is that, gosh, I don't know how to say this without no spoilers. I'll just say this. There are worlds that are built that you're experiencing. There are even worlds upon worlds. And I think what happened in The Matrix is there were things that kind of led you, or at least led me to think that there were going to be multiple levels of The Matrix. And they didn't really do that in The Matrix. They do that here, which is very interesting. So, like I said, I think this is an interesting movie. It's not a great movie. I don't think this is for everybody. It's also got some really just weird, twisted stuff. I mean, if you've seen a David Cronenberg movie, you know that he's kind of into that, So I enjoyed it. I'm glad I own it, but I'm also really glad that I didn't pony up the dough for the big bad special edition because I don't like the movie that much, if that makes sense. So there you go. The next movie is an absolute bona fide, no question classic. Okay? This is a freaking classic. 12 Angry Men. Now, if you have not seen this movie, seriously, you need to see this movie. 1957. It's how long? 96 minutes. It's not a long movie. It is incredibly tight script. The acting is phenomenal, bar none, no question, unbelievable. Okay? You need to see this movie if you have not seen it. And if you have seen it, watch this again. Because this is one of those movies that makes you realize that, yeah, you can make great movies. And I think that we can get back to this. You know, and I'm not saying that, you know, some of the best movies of the last however many years aren't as good as 12 Angry Men. But I am kind of saying that. Because I think this is as close to a perfect movie as you can get. It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. It's just so good. And again, the cast: Henry Fonda, Lee J. Cobb, Ed Begley, E.G. Marshall, Jack Warden, Martin Balsam, John Fiedler. It's actually John Fiedler, Jack Klugman, Edward Burns is not that old. Joseph Sweeney, George Voskovich, Robert Webber. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen this, you need to. You need to see this. And what's great about this 4K edition from Kino Lorber, by the way. So again, Arrow, Severin, Vinegar Syndrome, Kino Lorber. I didn't plan that. It just kind of happened that way. And that's actually kind of cool that I'm reviewing 4 different movies from 4 different labels. I think that's really cool. But anyway, 12 Angry Men from Kino Lorber. The coolest thing about Kino Lorber and this edition is that, of course, you get the 4K, you get the Blu-ray with the special features. But the 1957 version of the movie is not what's on the Blu-ray. What's on the Blu-ray is the 1997 version of 12 Angry Men, directed by William Friedkin. So you get basically 2 versions of the same movie in one package, and I think that's amazing. And I watched both of these. I've never seen the 1997 version. I will say that the 1997 version has, I would say, pound for pound, more well-known actors, right? Let me see. You've got Courtney B. Vance. You've got Ossie Davis. George C. Scott. I can't remember that guy's name. James Gandolfini. Tony Danza. Jack Lemmon. Hume Cronin. I'm doing this off of memory. Okay, that was number 9. Who's number 10? Number 10 is Mykelti Williamson. Mykelti Williamson, who's awesome. Edward James Olmos and William Peterson. Holy crap, I got through all of them. I'm missing that one. Who is that? Now I kind of want to know. Who am I missing? I cannot believe I did that off the top of my head. And don't worry, we'll edit this part out. So, I forgot one. I forgot Armin Mueller-Stahl and Dorian Harewood. Oops. That's not the right one. How do I get this over here? Can I do this? Here, let me just do this. I'll copy this and I'll put this here so you guys can at least see. Okay. So Armin Mueller-Stahl, juror number 4, and Dorian Harewood, juror number 5. I mean, look at that, dude. Look at that cast and tell me that's not an amazing cast. It is. It is an amazing, amazing cast. The problem is, it's not as good. It's about 20 minutes longer, and I just don't think it's as good. Yeah, it's just my opinion. Now, I will tell you this. Tony Danza surprised me. He was a lot better, because I was always one of those guys that was like, Tony Danza, I don't really like Tony Danza that much. But he was actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good in it. But also, Man, it made me miss James Gandolfini. He is so good in this movie. So good. It's like seriously good. But here's the thing. Like I said, you're going to get the original version as well if you get this package from Kino Lorber. It's an amazing, amazing movie. Pretty, like I said, pretty close to perfect. I mean, it's like this and Shawshank Redemption. I don't know what other movie is better. I've been thinking about it, and it's such a good script and great actors, great great direction, camera movement, and everything in this small little room. It's an amazing, amazing movie. By the way, the movie is about 12 jurors. 12 jurors that have to basically go over this case. And what's happened is a young man, 18 years old, is on trial for murdering his father. And out of all the jurors, only one stands up and says, I think we should talk about this. Everybody else thinks he's guilty. One guy stands up and says, I think we should talk about this. And it is a captivating, amazing story, well told. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I would highly recommend that you pick up any version that you can of 12 Angry Men, but maybe the 1957 version is the best. And also, on disc from Kino Lorber. There you go. And finally, this movie is not a movie that I bought. It's not a movie that I own, but it is a movie that I watched on Hulu. This movie also came out earlier this year, and I feel very similarly about this movie as I did last year about Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. If you remember, I watched that movie very late. I was very late to the party on Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, and the movie did not do well at the box office. And I felt really bad because I thought that even though I have a smaller audience than, say all these other reviewers out there, I don't have the largest audience. But I should have done my part to champion that movie because that movie is so worth watching. This one is too. And this one did way worse in the box office. In fact, there's an actor in this movie that's had, I'm just going to say, 2 duds this year as far as box office. Now, while the second movie I didn't really like, this movie is worth watching. Boy Kills World. Now, the main stars in this movie is, of course, Bill Skarsgård and Famke Janssen, Charlito, or Sharlto? How do you say his name? Sharlto Copley? I can't remember if there's an I in there. But also, that guy. Who's that guy? The guy in the middle who was also in Stranger Things. Give me a second. I'll tell you his name. I should have looked this up beforehand. I apologize. I don't see him. Brett Gelman? Is that him? Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you this. In Stranger Things, he is he's one of those actors that just, when he comes on screen, at first you're like, this guy's kind of annoying, but he grows on you and you really look forward to his scenes. I'm telling you, this movie. Okay. So this movie is basically about a kid who his family gets killed in front of him, and he has to basically come under the tutelage of this man called the shaman. And this shaman teaches him how to fight and how to survive, all that kind of thing, right? And his goal is, when he grows up, he has to kill all the people responsible, right? Get revenge. What this movie is like, I thought long and hard about this. I think that this movie is like Desperado, right? With Antonio Banderas. And the way that it's like it is that it is a revenge story. It is a story where there's crazy, the combat is insane. There's crazy camera angles and all kinds of fun stuff. But if you really stop for a second and start to think about the plot, you start to lose the point. And I think that the plot of this movie isn't as important as the fun that you're having. I had so much fun watching this that the plot just I didn't care. I didn't care what happens, or whatever, like what, oh, big plot twist. I don't care. Now, there will be some people that when they get to the third act, there's something that happens that you might go, okay, I don't like that. I don't care. Like me personally, I didn't care. I sat there for a moment and went, but wait a minute. And then I thought, I don't care. I don't care. I'm having so much fun. I don't care. That's what this movie's like. It has so much action. It's like it's got very John Wick style, but even like crazier action than John Wick. It is a bunch of CG, blood and stuff like that, but don't let that take away the fact that this movie is crazy and it's a lot of fun. Very fun. This is another movie where if you're into video games, you're going to get a lot out of this, because this feels a lot like a beat 'em up style game with bosses, and it's just fun. It's just fun. And I don't even want to say anything else. I'm just saying, just go watch it. If you have Hulu, go watch it, because it is so much fun. So yeah, Boy Kills World. I am probably going to end up buying this on 4K disc because I enjoyed it that much. And I think it's one of those movies that I'm going to be able to continue to watch and just sit back and just have a good time, because that's what this movie is. And this movie made I think less than $4 million on its box office run, which is insanely low. Let me see. Let me just see real fast. Oops, I'm on the wrong site. I don't know what the budget was, but yeah, total worldwide made less than $3.3 million. Total. All I'm saying is I feel like I let you down. I feel like I let everybody down, because this is a movie that I feel like I could have championed, and that maybe some people would have gotten to see it, and maybe some other people would have liked it. This is a great movie, and I had a great time with it. I will also preface that by saying there are going to be people that watch this movie on my recommendation and go, that's not a good movie. I understand. If there are people that watch that movie and step away and go, that movie sucks, I'd go, okay, I understand. But I had a great time with it. And I think if you can just let go and just take the movie in, I think it's a good time. So Boy Kills World. Damn it, Bill Skarsgård is such I'm quickly, even though I didn't care for The Crow. I really didn't. But I like him. I really like him as an actor, and I think he's really good, and I think he deserves to be a big star. Hopefully Nosferatu on Christmas this year. Hopefully he'll get a hit this year, because he's had 2 pretty big duds. And those are both Lionsgate films, by the way, as well. But anyway, there you go. Those are the movies that I watched this week. I would love to hear from you if you've seen any of these movies, if you have any other movies that you've seen, or even TV shows or whatever you're watching. Let's talk about it, because that's one of the things that I love about doing these videos, doing the streams that I do. I love that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Okay. Wow, I talk a lot. I talk a lot. Now, one more thing left to do. Oh my God, okay, I'm going to have to edit some of that out, because that was 30 minutes. I talked more for fewer movies than last week. That's ridiculous. But I have to do a thumbnail. So here, let's do this. Oh, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Get rid of the logo. I'll get on this side. Nope. Wait, I did it in that hand. Should I do it like this, or should I just show you the titles? I'm going to show you the titles. Like that. All right. And there we go. Let me stop the recording now. Bam. That was fun. No, I'm not doing the mouth open. By the way, Vinny, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get caught up on the chat. And then we've only got a little bit of news left. Let's see. Just a few things that I just want to talk about, and then we can just hang out and talk about whatever. Let me see. Okay, oil slick. All right. No light bulbs of more than 40 watts were provided. Location of the vault is unknown. It's mentioned in the Fallout Bible. There we go. Back was getting some dubs in Warzone. Well, Ninjitsu, I'm glad. I'm glad. Do you guys like being a part of that? Or do you think I should just do this as a separate video and not do it live? Seriously, I would love to hear. In fact, here, let me do this. Poll. What I've been watching, should I ... record it live during the stream? Street Jam? That was a weird... Oops. Do this as its own thing. No stream. Okay. Tell me what you think, because seriously, I don't want to waste your time on stream if you are going to watch the video later or whatever. I like doing just an off the cuff, a more, what do you call it? Like, stream of consciousness kind of video rather than this prepared, because it seems like, I don't know, you guys tell me, but I think my regular videos, I have a different energy level than I do on stream. And I don't know how to get that energy level up unless it's like, oh my God, you got to see this movie. Or, you know what I mean? It's very rare, but like, I enjoyed doing that. I thought that was fun. I like it. So there you go. D&D was great. I didn't see it until the 4K Steelbook. Yeah, I don't have the Steelbook, but I did buy it on 4K, and I'm going to watch it again because I loved that movie. And I was so upset. I was so disappointed. So disappointed that it did so poorly, because I would love to see that same crew do more movies. It's probably, what's her name? Michelle Rodriguez? It's probably the best performance she's ever given. Like, I really liked her in that. And it's not that I don't like her. It's just that I think that's probably the closest that her acting style matches the character that she was given, you know? I don't know. I remember seeing a trailer for this and thought it looked amazing, and then it kind of just disappeared. Yeah, it came and went so fast, and it's great. And again, on Hulu, check it out. It's great. Is it like Scott Pilgrim? Because it looks like Double Dragon. Double Dragon is another... It's definitely like a beat-em-up style video game, but a movie. And again, don't worry about how okay, that doesn't really make any sense. Doesn't matter. Hopefully you're having so much fun that it just doesn't matter. Because there's some amazing fight scenes. Amazing. Crow Kills World, yeah. I love that guy, yeah. Side-scroller beat-em-up story like Kill Bill. Yes, Rufus, exactly. Kind of kick-ass style. Oh, yeah. Even my pockets hurt. Clean. Good work. Oh, what is this for? Oh, is that because... Wait, you can hear me now, right? Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, yeah, I just put the mic up out of the way so I can do a thumbnail real quick. But yeah, no mouth open. No mouth open on the... unless it's something like... I know that, if you open your mouth, you get more clicks. But I can't. I can't do that stuff. Then Photoshop it open even more. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like when I see somebody say, "Oh, if you do this, then you get more whatever." And then I go, "I'm never going to do that." Oh, you need arrows. You need arrows pointing at things. I'm never going to do that. I did it in one video and on one thumbnail as a joke, kind of. But yeah, I don't like it. Okay, so 60% said record it live during the stream. 40% said do this as its own thing, no stream. Okay. Well, maybe I'll do half and half, I appreciate that. I mean, only 5 people voted, but I appreciate it. But that gives me an idea that that's probably representative of most people in the stream, and I don't want to waste your time. But I love talking movies. When I have something in my hand and I'm like, "Oh my god, I just watched this. Okay, here's what I think." I love doing that, and it feels more urgent, which means my energy level has to be higher, and it's just there's something about it that I like. I like it. I like doing it. If you'd like, do some takes. Yeah, if I was going to do that in that style of video, I would just record it on my own. I wouldn't record it during the stream because I like the fact that this is a different style video than my other videos. I have enough regular reviews of movies. This one's kind of fun because it feels more, I don't know, it feels more fun. I don't know. I could be wrong. Make the arrow point at your open mouth. Vinny, you're saying all those things. Do it live if you want. We're here regardless. Sounds like live helps you. I mean, it kind of does with this style of video. I can't do it with other kinds of video or other kinds of reviews. It's just it's not the same. But when I like the fact that I'm not, I don't know. It's just, I like it. I kind of like doing it. Browse an element and it looks like the Thelema Quest is on clearance. Yeah, this is the Therion, which was the predecessor. This was company was called Lost Vape. Then there's 2 people working there. They got in a fight. One went off and kept the name Lost Vape and did the Thelema. But then LVE went over here, started their own company, and they just came out with the Therion 2. So it's this style, but it's the second model. But this is the DNA 166. Does it have a date? No, it doesn't have a date. But yeah, so 2 different companies. Lost Vape, the Thelema, and then LVE did the Therion. But this is the Therion back when it was still Lost Vape. Those 2 guys were working together. Kind of interesting. Doesn't mean anything, but yeah, there you go. Maybe include a couple that were recommended by us. Well, see, that's the thing. Okay, that's a good point too. Because Boy Kills World was not technically on my list. It was I didn't even know that was available to stream. I thought did it come out? It's like I remember that it came out and it left really fast, but I didn't know it was streaming anywhere. So it was literally just oh shit, let's screw it. It's on Hulu. Let's just watch it. That's what happened. But you're right, Shozama. It's probably, that would probably be a good thing to do, is try to find some of those movies that you guys have recommended and mix them in there. So it's kind of like, here's all the stuff I watched this week, and then good idea, Shozama. I like that. I like that a lot. Let me see. What do I have left? Okay, I only have a couple of things here. I just want to bring this up. Oh, my logo's gone. Let me bring that back. Oops. Wrong. What? That's the old. That's the old. There you go. There you go. Again, I don't care about award shows, but this was cool. Okay. I loved Shogun. I thought it was really, really good. I think it may have, when it comes to the episodes, I think it peaked. And then there was like another episode and a half or something like that. And it felt like, okay, I was expecting a bigger, like a crescendo all the way, but it didn't. Still, phenomenal show. Phenomenally acted. The way it was shot. The fact that it was almost all in Japanese. Unbelievable show. And it won 18 Emmys. Broke a record. Hiroyuki Sanada got his first acting award. And since he was producer, he won that award as well. So he got 2 Emmys last night. What's her name? Anna Sawai? Is that her name? Crap. Is that her name? Oh God, Trump. Get out of here. You mentioned in the Discord you bought and watching the original Shogun first. I know. I haven't seen the original Shogun at all. But this was her first Emmy, and of course, she's the first Japanese woman to win an Emmy. Yeah, I was right. Anna Sawai. Yeah. And man, every single video I found of her is amazing. She cries a lot. But there was a video of Kathy Bates congratulating her and just talking about how exquisite her performance was. And Anna Sawai just bursts out crying. And it's so heartfelt. And I just really appreciate that kind of stuff. Of course, because of the record-breaking 18 Emmy wins, seasons 2 and 3 are greenlit. Hiroyuki Sanada is set to return. Filming for season 2 I had to begin in 2025. Co-creators Rachel Kondo and Justin Marks are now writing season 2. There you go. 18 wins for Shogun. Man. But yeah, Shozama, I definitely want to see that original. And I think, let me see. How do I do this? I can't show you this, but I can just look. What? Oh yeah. You can buy the entire season, yes, on Apple TV for $5. Did that just... Oh, wow. That's weird. It did it without even asking me, like if it was okay. I just bought it too on Apple TV. So now I own that. That's weird. That's really strange. That it just did it. It didn't like ask me if it was okay or anything like that. But yeah. I bought it on Apple TV because I have a bunch of Apple crap. So, there you go. And yeah, I didn't mean to get political, Vinny. I'm just, man, I get sick of seeing, I hate election years. I hate them so bad. It's like everybody, it almost becomes their personality. And I want to shake people and go, you're not this person normally. Stop it. Stop acting like that. Doesn't matter what side you're on. Just people still, hey, stop it. To me, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like when I was a kid and I lived on the south side of Grand Prairie, and, the other people in Grand Prairie, they live on the north side, right? And so Grand Prairie High School and South Grand Prairie High School would play their final game of the season. And people would be just yelling at each other, blah, 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 this rivalry, this huge rivalry. And then those same people would get together, that's Friday night. And then on Sunday night, they get together and they watch the Cowboys game. That's kind of how like it is here. After the election, no matter who wins, We're still going to have to live together. What would your grandma say if she heard you talking like that? Huh? I'm just saying. Just, yeah. Yeah, Southies. Yeah. I can't stand that ugh. But then again, what's weird is the NFL is like that a lot too. You know, a lot of fans of the NFL, they're so territorial, and I'm like, dude, calm down. Calm down. That guy took that ball and he took it that way instead of going that way. Why are you so bent out of shape? Why are you hitting things? Why are you throwing things? Calm down. Have a hot wing. Okay? Have a hot wing, calm down. Have a hot wing. Dab the corners of your mouth to make sure that you don't have any of the hot stuff still on there. Have a little swig of whatever beverage of choice and shut the F up, because damn, I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of all of them. Oh. Hashtag no politics. Anyway, is Dunstan checks in 4K? What a strange question. I don't know. Hammer of God is nice, but I don't want to spend 140 on it. Yeah, and the fact is, it's cool. I have wanted one on and off for years, but it's 4 batteries. It's 4 batteries in a 400 watt mod. I'll tell you this, I have many 200 watt mods, never vaped anything over like 120. The closest to 120 I get is probably something on this, because this is direct power to this atomizer. But no, 200 watts is insane. 400 watts, there's nothing that could keep up with that. So you'd basically get about this long of like amazingly hot, flavorful vape, and the rest of it would taste like a dragon's asshole. So you don't want that. Don't even worry about it. Am I in 4K? I don't know, Vinny, are you? I'm in 8K. I'm in 8K interlaced. Yeah, I'm in 8KI. But yeah, you don't need 400 watts. It's very cool, man. It's very cool. And there's super fat tanks, like for example, that's a 24 millimeter. Here's a 30 millimeter. Look at how fat that tank is. It's awesome. It really, they're kind of cool. But then trying to carry it around is stupid. So it's like I have 2 of these. And I only have a couple of mods that they fit on. But it's dumb. Why isn't this? Go in your hole. Okay. Sorry. Am I real? You know? You're like Michael J. Fox at the end of Back to the Future. Blank, blank. You know, playing really bad. Dude, would you straighten up and play Earth Angel? Oh, I'm sorry. You're turning invisible. Okay. Earth Angel, Earth Angel, will you be mine? What's wrong with this white dude? Anyway. The real debate, Star Trek versus Star Wars. I don't think, see, that's the thing, man. I like Star Trek quite a bit. I'm not a Trekker or Trekkie or whatever you want to call yourself. I'm not that into it, but I like it. I think there's some validity to it. To me, it's like Apple versus PC. There are benefits to using both or to liking both. There are benefits. I can understand why somebody would go over here and pick all Apple. I can understand why somebody would come over here and pick everything against Apple. I understand. But who cares, man? We're both kind of getting to the same place. We're just taking different routes to get there. I'm going to use i30. Well, I'm going to use i20 and go up 360. Well, you know what? Whatever, man. As long as you're getting to the same place, who the hell cares? Who the hell cares? That was a Dallas Fort Worth joke, by the way, that only Dallas Fort Worth people can really understand. But basically, there's just no, who cares? Like, I just don't care, you know? Like, I don't care about that stuff. Dunstan checks in. Am I real? I want to buy a new mod and tank for cheaper since it's going to be used as a secondary vape. Was looking at that Geek Vape Z200. Here's the thing that I figured out, and it took me years of buying really expensive crap like this and like this to figure it out. All the stuff that goes on top, the atomizer, it's really, do I want to build it? Do I want to put it in a tank? Or do I want it to be a squonk? Really? You know, a squonk thing. Because those are really your three different options. Yeah, there's some other things, the RDTAs, the billet boxes and all that BS. Whatever. Then you figure out, do I like single coil power or dual coil power? If you like dual coils, to me it makes sense to go with a dual battery mod because you're going to share that amp load with two batteries. Even though the 21700s are capable of more, don't do that. So if you're going to use a single coil vape, a single battery vape is fine, which means you can go as big or as small as you want and whatever style you want. Because, I mean, you could do something like, this is just an example, but if you're only going to vape a single coil on 40 watts, you could get something really tiny like this, a tank like this on a single battery 18650 and be fine. But to me, it's all about convenience. And I love the fact that I prefer a dual coil setup for the most part. So I'm a dual coil convenient kind of guy. I love this setup, but it is fiddly as hell. I hate how fiddly it is. So I use something like this. Dual coil RDA with a squonk using a 21700. And to change this battery, all I got to do is go, done. Bam. Charge it. Get the new one. Pop it in. Screw it down. Door on. Door on. Done. Ready to vape. Done. I don't have to punch a bunch of buttons. I don't have to, you know what I mean? So this is like the complete, lazy setup for me. But I do like my dual battery guys too. So I like these kind, not one like this where the battery is on the bottom. Because the right mod and hitting on the right way, this battery will go flying and get damaged. Here, if you drop this, the chances of everything flying out is a lot less. But I also think that this is more convenient because I can just pop and go. So yeah, think about the way you're going to use it and then figure out, okay, what's the best option for that? And again, I went through thousands of dollars of vape products to get to where this is my ultimate lazy setup right here. There you go. Dual coil, dual battery. Well, then yeah, do it. Do it. I'm a connoisseur, or however you spell it. I try them all: Apple, Linux, Windows, and the only one I don't care for is Linux. I miss my Apple though. I love my MacBooks and I love my iMac, But I also have a PC. There are things pretty much off stream and, that I have used my Windows PC plenty of times for. And they both serve a purpose. So the fact that there's people that keep arguing Apple versus Android, come on, man. We're all doing the same thing. And every time somebody goes, oh, they just took that from whatever. Yeah, they did. And guess what? Last time they took it from them. Here's bottom line. Apple stole so much stuff in the 80s and 90s. It's crazy. But then you can't argue this. They came out with the iPhone and it destroyed the competition and set a new standard across the industry. Period. There is no, oh, well, Android did. Well, I don't care. Apple did it first. No one could crack the big full screen thing because I was working in the industry, in the cell phone industry at the time. No one could crack it. Everything, there was always some sort of, there was always what do you call it? There were always drawbacks, right? There was always a drawback to using this and versus that or whatever. Apple cracked it. Then they came out with the iPad. They cracked that. Android has done many things way and above what Apple has done so far. But the fact is, it's like this. They keep changing now. But Apple started it. So when you say, well, you know, Apple stole this from Android, maybe. But Android stole everything from Apple to get started. That's just the way it works. It's just the way it was. It's the truth. But the thing is, I don't care. I don't care who's got the better phone. I don't care how fast yours is. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I have my phone and it works great. And that's the way that you should feel. You should be happy for whoever. Oh my God, you're not using, you know, a flip phone anymore. Good job. I mean, unless it's a flip tablet thing, which, you know, Samsung's done a great job with those. I don't want one. I don't ever need. I cannot see a purpose for me personally for a flip tablet phone thing. I just don't need it. I'd rather have a monolith style device that does everything that I need it to do. And if I want a bigger screen, I got an iPad or a MacBook or an iMac or whatever, a PC, any of them. I'd use any of those over a flip because, well, those are what, $1,500 to start? I don't know. Why am I ranting so much tonight? I think it's Ricky's fault. Pretty sure. Just double check. Barnes still has the 50% off Arrow video sale till 9/29. That's a great call out. And I really do have a lot of Arrow films. I got a lot of Arrow stuff. The problem is I'm at the point now where I've got pretty much all the Arrow films that I need right now. So what I'm really looking forward to is next month. And then, of course, Criterion came out with their 4 movies that they're releasing in 4K this December. I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't seen Paris, Texas yet. I haven't seen, Eastern Condors. Don't know anything about that. Haven't seen 8.5. Those are all movies that in fact, Paris, Texas and 8.5 are both on my watch list on HBO or Max. I haven't watched them yet. But No Country for Old Men is an absolute banger. And for me, maybe not a day one buy, because the Barnes & Noble sale won't be going on when it comes out. I might wait until the next 50% off sale. But No Country for Old Men is I'm definitely buying the crap out of that one. That doesn't even make any sense. But I'm going to buy it when it's on sale. You know why it's a banger? Did I miss the news? No, there's not. I mean, the only thing was Shogun, and then this last thing, which I'm about to do. iPhone destroyed everyone. Then Android made the HTC Droid and caught up. Then the phone wars began. Yeah, and I mean, again, it's like this. One that gets the big thing, then the next one comes out and that's the big thing, and then the next one comes out and it's the big thing. Who cares? Who cares? Does your phone work? Can you get on the internet? Do you enjoy the experience of using your phone? That's all that matters. Oh yeah, well I mean, for years, my brother, again, he's not here, but for years my brother would be like, well, I can change the text on my whatever, and I'm like, I don't care. Because I don't spend my time doing that. I spend my time, creating things instead of worrying about what the font on my home screen looks like. Who gives a crap? And now you can do that on iPhone, and I don't change any of it because I don't care. So, I mean, it's just a weird thing. It's like, I mean, but see, the thing is, it's always been this way. It's always been this way. There's people that buy, nothing but Fords, or Mustangs. And then I'm over here buying a BMW and, my Mustang can do really well. And I'm like, I don't care. I've driven a Mustang. I didn't like it. I drove a BMW and I had to clean up my pants afterwards. and not from the back, if you know what I mean. I loved driving a BMW. I despised driving a Mustang. So I bought a BMW. Who cares? Who cares? Do you have to drive my car? No? Well, then shut the F up. Who cares? I just don't understand why everybody has to be so territorial about everything. Tribal. Why is it? Why is that? Why do I have to defend my purchase to someone? Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Just, it's okay. It's okay for you to like the thing that you like, and it's okay for other people to like the thing that they like. That's just the way the world works. If we all like the same thing, we'd have a really boring world. What would we talk about? Actually, hopefully we would talk about something else, because this is just not that interesting. Anyway. Paris, Texas is a beautiful movie. Raphael. Not sure how to pronounce your name the absolute correct way, but I'm glad that you're here. And yes, I've heard that. I just haven't seen it. Let me see. Hold on. I'm on this run, everyone. Funny seeing people's reaction when I tell them that Samsung actually makes, yes, they make all the screens. And in fact, LG has made a lot of screens. LG was in the game, was in the phone wars there for a bit, but then they kind of haven't really done much. Mac OS is Unix. Yeah. It's everything borrows from everyone. So who cares? Do you like using what you like? Then use it and shut the F up. Well, you can't game on a Mac. Okay, well, I have a console for that. I have a Steam Deck, so who cares? I don't. In fact, I don't want to sit in here and game. I would rather game in there, in my comfy chair, that I'm on my feet propped up. I don't know. Everybody's different, man. It's okay. It's okay. Z Fold 5. I'm going to go back to a folding one on my next upgrade. You know what's a banger? Because it's just a quarter. Sure. What you mean? I miss phones' ability to swap batteries and memory cards and SIMs on the fly. I had a phone that took 3D phones. My buddy had a friend that was modular in the attachments, including a projector. Yeah, see, like Shozama. Yeah, that was one of the beautiful things about Nokia, right? Apparently it's Nokia, not Nokia. I think it's Nokia. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That was one of the great things about Nokia phones, is because if something went bad on a Nokia phone, yeah, just pop the back off, unscrew a couple of screws, and you're pop a new one and you're done. No problem. Everything was press fit together. That's why they were tanks. But I really enjoyed that era of cell phones because they were simple. They were simple to do. As simple to do. And then the thinner they got, the more everything was just, it was engineered differently. It wasn't engineered to be modular. It was engineered to be thin, the thinnest it could possibly be. And in that case, it took away the repairability of a lot of these phones. I mean, sure, you can repair iPhones just like you can repair anything else, but you got to do some soldering. It's a little more involved than it used to be. But yeah. Have I ever owned a 3D TV? Did you think it can take off again with better technology? 3D photos. Oh, you had a phone that took 3D photos. Gotcha. I have owned a 3D TV. I currently own a 3D TV. Do I ever think it could take off again? I think the biggest problem with 3D TVs, it's the exact same problem with VR, is there's too much going on. I don't think most people like things on their face when they're trying to watch a movie. It becomes a different thing. And especially you might say, well, how hard is it to just put on some glasses? Well, there's people that have, different vision issues that all of them start to lose interest. My wife has to, absolutely has to, either wear glasses or wear contacts to watch a 3D movie. She doesn't enjoy the experience of wearing two sets of glasses or putting in contacts to watch a movie. She doesn't like it. So we end up watching very few 3D movies. And then what we ended up doing is we ended up moving that TV because it was it was smaller than the one we were replacing it with. That one ended up going in our bedroom. And that TV is barely turned on. Now, we barely watch any. The only time either one of us really watch a lot of TV is in there is when we're not feeling well. So there you go. Do I think that it could take off with better technology? Yes. I think they need to devise a way to do it with very minimal. Like there's got to be a way to do it. And I don't know what the answer is, but there's got to be a way to do it without using glasses. There was a TV that was being worked on that was glassesless. VR's got the same problem. Is nobody really wants to put on a big headset to do this stuff. And I think that's the limit of the technology. When they can put it in a very, very small thing that you put on, then you'll see the Apple Vision Pro get better. All those things will get better. But yeah, we're not there yet. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I love when 3D is done well. I love it. Like Avatar is so good in 3D. So good. The depth of that image is amazing. On that TV that's in that room, it looks crazy good. But the pinnacle of modern movie making, No Country for Old Men. Yeah, it's a great one. Also miss the physical keyboards of Palm, BlackBerry, and a few others. I do not. And I think it's because it's a different thing. Like now I can understand though. If you really use those a lot and gotten used to them, I can understand that. But I'm not. I love the fact that the keyboard goes away and I have a big screen now. You know, that was one of the things that Steve Jobs said in that first thing. He's like, it's like, how many times have you wished that, or how many times have you picked up your phone to do something and you've never touched the keyboard? And I was like, oh, that's a really good point. Well, that's what's great about the iPhone. The keyboard goes away when you're not using it. And I'm like, oh man, that's smart marketing. But it's almost as if our brains evolved over eons, living in tribes, and that only in extremely recent and evolutionary times have humans had to navigate life in much larger communities. Almost. You're absolutely right, Bucho. But I feel like sometimes I'm evolving faster than some others. That's all I'm saying. But what it really comes down to is, hey, it's okay. You like your thing. I like mine. I like In-N-Out. Well, I like Whataburger. Okay, who cares? Who cares? Who really cares? Who cares? Well, which one's best? Who cares? Buy what you want. There are some days when I am dying for a freaking In-N-Out burger. I want a double animal style. Now, right now. And then sometimes I want a Whataburger with cheese, with bacon and jalapenos. And I don't know. Do you ever have things pop in your head and you're like, where the hell did that come from? I was listing off things, and one of the things that popped in my head, this could get me demonetized. Or somebody might unsubscribe. So, just a warning. But for some reason, while I was listing off jalapenos and bacon and whatever, for some reason, sometimes I want a Whataburger with blah, 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 blah. And I said, and reindeer dick meat. Where did that come from? I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure it's Satan. In fact, if Patricia was here, she'd be all over that. And she'd say, you need Jesus, boy. Anyway, let's move on. It's annoying when people are all like, well, these cars can blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, shut the F up. It's mine and I drive it, not you. Yeah, exactly. You still have your BlackBerry Passport. Love that phone. Wow. See, I had a Trio 650 because I worked at Sprint. I had Trios for a while. I was so glad to get rid of those, even though I loved them. As soon as I got rid of them and got other things, I was like, oh my God, this is so much better. Because I went from a Trio to an iPhone. And it was like, Trio ain't got nothing on this, which is why they folded. Panasonic is back in the US. Yay! Is that just for the, like, okay, cool. But Vinny, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does it all mean, Basil? They all stole information theory from Claude Shannon. Who? Was that all the Eastern Condor's a must watch? Iconic, welcome. And you know what, Iconic? I noticed today that there are multiple comments from you on past videos that I never got notifications for. So I apologize, because I try to at least show that I've read your comment by hearting it. Some people use the heart to show, oh, I really love this comment. No, I use it to make you aware that I've seen your comment, and I try to respond to almost every comment out there. Almost every comment. Unless you insult me, and in which case I might just delete your comment. But that's rare. That's very rare. But yeah, I just want you to know that I see your comments now. But it's just, for some reason, I don't always get notifications for some comments. I don't understand that. Anyway. Someone was, oh, you can't game on a Mac, and I showed them a video of me gaming on it. Well, there you go. See? Yeah. Sony Xperia Z with the AR camera was pretty dope. The screen was not good, though. Did I ever own curved TVs? No, I don't typically like the curved anything. I would rather have, I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I try to sit in the center. In a movie theater, I try to sit in the center. I don't even like curved screens like that. It takes things away. And I think it's because I know that it's not, I don't know. I just don't like them. It's just not my thing. Like a giant 3DS screen. VR is for nerds could be a common viewpoint too. I think VR is awesome when it's done well. The problem is I don't want to spend any more money on VR. I feel like I've spent enough. So I didn't buy the MetaQuest 3. I didn't buy the PlayStation VR 2 because I bought the PlayStation VR 1 and played like 4 games on it. And I don't know how much that thing was, but it was expensive. And then the Quests, the Oculus Quest and the MetaQuest 2 or whatever. I think it was the Oculus Quest 2 when I bought it. And then they got bought and all that stuff. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is I feel like I've spent enough money on VR and it's still not there. And then I look at the Apple Vision Pro, and even though it's a lot better, it's still not there. And the MetaQuest 3, it's a lot better, but it's still not there. So I'm waiting. Nerd culture is in, but I see it going away pretty soon. Oh, it's possible. Sure. I mean, but that's the thing. That's ebbs and flows. It happens all the time. Like right now, we've got this real, it's a strange feeling, I mean, I'm sure you feel it. There's an animosity about all kinds of things that are like, everybody chill, man. Chill. Just, it's not that big of a deal. Just calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Just calm down. Everything's okay. Okay. Anyway. I don't know. Yeah, Vinny C, I don't even know what that was. Wow. Panasonic is going to be selling their TVs in the US again. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Announces return to the US with a new lineup of OLED mini LED TVs with Fire TV built in. Yeah, Panasonic is good stuff. Ranging from 55 to 85 inches. Really? That's all? 3DS used glasses-less screens tech for the system. Maybe a much more advanced version of that could revive the 3D TV market. Yes, but there was actually a glasses-less full screen thing where it was a regular TV, but it was also you could see 3D movies without having to put on glasses. If they could do that, then yeah, it might be a thing. But I think that's part of the problem. People didn't want to use an extra piece of equipment to watch a thing. They aren't trying hard enough to make things that are better than VR chat or Bethesda VR games. Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. And that's the thing. Okay, Xbox versus PlayStation. Same thing. Same thing. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter how powerful your system is. If you don't have good games on it, then it doesn't matter. That's how Nintendo has pretty much destroyed every bit of the competition on almost every factor, because they focus on making really, really good games first. They couldn't care less if the other systems are like a generation and a half ahead. It doesn't matter. The Switch is still selling like crazy, like mad. So I don't know, because the games are more mainstream. So I don't know. It's weird. It's almost like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and, well, I'll just say them. In general, those two, I lost my train of thought. I really did. I did completely lost it. Oh, they're almost like the PC market is to consoles in general. So it's almost like the console, Nintendo is staying in console, and PlayStation and Xbox are moving further and further into more of a PS or a more of a PC situation. I think the problem is you've also got PC here, and it's upgradable by pieces. Got your video card, you got your processor, but it's almost like they're trying to be as close to PC as far as in power as possible, without keeping in mind that the games are what's important. You know what I mean? So it's like it's going to get to a point where the hardware doesn't matter anymore. The strength of your hardware, because everything's going to be super powerful. But as long as you can make good games and have that foundation, which is what Nintendo has, I feel like Nintendo has the upper hand here. But it's just interesting, but I prefer my Sony. Yeah, the curved TVs I'm just not a big fan of. I never really have been. But that strange feeling, yeah, I feel like it's the chaos before the new order that forms. Yeah, well, or you turn into it turns into a situation like the 1940s with World War II, and then you have the 1950s where it's, I don't know. I don't know where we're headed, but I just wish everybody would just chill the F out. Just say, hey, it's all good. Everything's going to be okay. But what if they, who cares? Who cares? Does it affect you personally? But they're going to allow gay people to get, who cares? Are you gay? Well, no, I'm not gay. Then who cares? Let them do whatever they want to do. Are they bothering you? Are they having gay sex on your lawn? Then who cares? Just let them do what they want to do. Yeah, but I have to watch it. Who cares? Turn it off. Watch something else. Buy physical media and you can watch whatever you want to watch. Whenever you want to watch. But I don't, who cares? Oh my God. God, let people like what they want to like. But I don't like blondes. I only like brunettes. Okay, who cares? Let the people like the blondes have the blondes. That's really as simple as it is. It really is. I don't want In-N-Out. I don't want In-N-Out. Then eat your Whataburger and shut the fuck up. Who cares? I don't understand the people that have to, okay, this is how I see the world and everyone has to believe the same thing. No, they don't. And once you realize that, then you can go, oh, well, then oh my God, it's almost like we have a utopia, because everybody can just do whatever they want to do as long as they're not hurting anybody else and infringing on someone else's rights or anything like that. It's really simple when you break it down that way. And it's unbelievable that we still have these fucking fights all the time. Anyway, hashtag no politics. Sorry. That's why I think I'd piss off everybody. I'm just one of those, like, I feel like I'd just lose subs. It's probably part of the reason, because they're like, well, the Republicans are like, well, freaking liberal, whatever. And then there's other people who are like, you know, the Democrats are like, oh, yeah, sure, as a conservative point of view, unsub. I'm like, I don't like any of you. So I think both of you have extreme whatever, and nobody has it right. And the fact is, who cares? Just do your own thing, man. Live your life. Well, I don't want to vape. Well, then don't vape. Nobody's telling you have to vape. I don't want red meat all the time. Then don't eat red meat all the time. Have a sandwich. Have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and shut up. But every now and then I want a hamburger. Then have a hamburger. Who's stopping you? I don't want to. Sorry, I'll stop. Dude, what's happened in the last 10 minutes? I've gone insane. I gotta get off stream. All right, let's catch up on chat. People hate AI, VR, and robots. Then don't have sex with them. That's all I gotta say. I mean, unless you want to, and if that's the case, then go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know. You want to F a muffler? Do it. I don't. It's not me. You're not making me do it, so I don't care. Panasonic made good stuff for the price. Panasonic's just they look, that freaking man, that 4K Blu-ray player in there is top tier. I love it. No game coming out has my attention except Metroid Prime 4. I mean, I'm interested in it, but you know what? I'm playing Metroid Fusion right now, and I'm like, I remember really loving this game, and it's really tiring me out. And I think it's because I'm older and I have less patience. And I just want to play the game. I don't want to have to, oh, now we have to go back to Sector 5. Okay, well, you know what? I got other things to do. I don't know. 4K Space Marine 2, Warhammer 4K Space Marine 2 is popular now. It looks amazing and it's genuinely a good game. I remember I saw a trailer for it and went, dude, that looks awesome. And then I haven't seen anything else. I haven't seen gameplay, nothing. No worries about the comments, but you got to watch some of our recommendations. That's true. Still sad Sega left the hardware market. I love my Dreamcast, and it just had a 25th anniversary released in US $99.99. Yeah, but that controller's dumb. I just think it's dumb. I mean, look, hey, if you like it, hey, you're not making me use it, right? Right? I don't like the controller. I wonder if this was how the Cold War felt. I don't know if we're there yet, but I do have like this sinking feeling, this sinking anxiety, you know? I'm just like, hey, come on. Kickboxer 4K coming. Isn't that your 5th favorite movie? No. Look, I know. I honestly don't understand how some people still watch my channel. Because I don't like, I'm not a big fan of Conan. I can appreciate it for what it was and what it is and all that stuff, but I'm not a big fan of Kickboxer. Not a big fan of Dunstan Checks In. Not a big fan of Conan the Barbarian. But hey, you know, the solution is buy physical media. I mean, yeah. I mean, but seriously, think outside the box. That's your solution. I don't like that there's so many woke things on TV. Then watch your physical media collection. I don't have one. Well, then buy a Panasonic 4K Blu-ray player for $419 on Amazon, unless it's on sale. Then buy it for cheaper, and then buy every movie you want to watch, and just watch things that you want to watch. I don't want to watch gay people do the thing. Then don't. Do the thing like this. You go click. It turns the channel. I don't know if you know that, but you can just click. And in many cases, if you still have cable or dish, some sort of satellite network thing, DirecTV or whatever. There are so many channels that you can watch. But I don't like it when Star Wars, then don't watch it. Like I do. Well, actually, I do watch it, but I don't really care. So, in fact, they should have more lesbian witches, and I'd be more excited for the Star Wars shows that they produce, because at least I'd have that. I don't care. I just don't care. But our kids, I don't have kids. But seriously, our kids, then don't let them watch it. Simple. It's really simple. But anyway, I'll stop with the political stuff because I'm not good at it. See, I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible at talking about politics, because I just say, "Hey, shut the F up and do something else." That's my answer for everything. But anyway, I just don't understand how people just can't. Anyway, oh my God, stop. Currently looking into buying a retro portable emulator system like Anbernic versus Retroid or Analog Pocket. Shozama, I'm retro. What's it? Retro Game Core. That's his name, right? Just watch his videos. I'm serious. Like, I have my Steam Deck and I love it. Okay, I love it. But I kind of wish for the 4.3 models or the 4.3 systems, I wish I had a smaller form factor. So I think I'm going to end up buying something along the lines of the Miu Plus, Miu Mini, whatever, whichever one that's kind of small, because I think that would be good for my Nintendo, my Super Nintendo. Or I might get one that's more of Game Boy Advance size. I don't know, because I kind of like that one, the Game Boy Advance one. It's not or the SP, you know. But yeah. But yeah, Showzama total. I mean, I went down that rabbit hole and I loved it. I still watch those videos, even though I'm really not in the market for another handheld. But I love Retro Game Core and I love what he does. I actually like Bob Wolf a lot too. I mean, he's a little more snarky in his approach, but Retro Game Core is like, and isn't that his name? I feel like I'm screwing that up. Yeah, Retro Game Core. Dude, I'm serious. Watch his videos. You'll learn all the things. All the things. And I love the fact that he breaks down like all of the likes and dislikes and all that kind of stuff. So. Oh no, Bucho. And the thing is, look, here's the thing. I don't hate him. I just don't like his videos. Like, most of his videos have because I've tried to watch them many times. But my problem is that there's so many people in the Star Wars YouTube, whatever, that I don't agree with the point of view that you have to, bash something over and over and over. I'm more of a guy that's like, okay, I don't like that, so I'm just not going to watch it. Or I'm going to, at the end of it, I'm going to go, hey, here's what I think about it. It's just not for me. I didn't really care for it. But I'm still looking forward to this over here. And the Acolyte, I was excited for all the way up until I watched that first episode, and then I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't think this is for me. But it's Star Wars, and I love Star Wars, so I got to watch it. But I mean, I probably disliked it more than most people that went out and did a video about how this was destructive and blah blah. I don't know. But no. And that's the thing. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody anymore. Because here's the thing, everybody's got their point of view, The thing that I don't like is when they weaponize their audience toward other people, and when they are clearly only making hate videos because it gets views. That's really what it comes down to. I don't enjoy making content that by the end of recording it, I'm upset and I don't feel good. Being negative for that amount of time actually makes me feel like physically ill. But that's just me. I don't understand how you can do that. But again, just me, I guess. Which is why he has millions of subscribers and I have, in comparison, a few, which is fine. I'm happy. I'm happy with my few. I have a lot less drama to deal with than he does. So, Munchies, Troll 2, Element Vape side is so slow tonight. Element Vape is always slow. But yeah, there you go. Ambernick RG406V is the new one with the higher resolution 4.3 that just came out. It's coming out September 19th. But seriously, Shozama, go watch Retro Game Core's video on it. Because there are things that he likes about it, but there are things that he's like, there's also the argument that you should wait for a different form factor if that's not the form factor you want, because it's bulky and kind of heavy for what you're getting. You might be able to get a better form factor later down the road because Ambernick puts out, a handheld every 5 seconds. Those witches better be Ana de Armas and Scarlett Johansson. I mean, Wraith, that'd be good. And yeah, Retro Game Core, absolutely. And like I said, if you want a little stank on your video, if you want a little, somebody with a little bit of a snarky attitude, watch Bob Wolf. He's also really good though. He makes really good videos. He's just kind of a, like, I would be curious to meet him and to see if he's always that way. Because I get the feeling that he's just kind of an ass. But some people that are just asses, they're still fun to hang out with. But I'm like, I don't know. I could be completely wrong. But like I said, I like watching his videos every now and then because he's pretty good too. Have I seen VHS? I have not. I have not seen that. ROG Ally X. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what because I really enjoyed the Steam Deck experience. I really do. I really love it. So I don't know. Really fun. Freedom Wars from PS Vita is getting remastered for Switch and others. Okay. I'm an ass, but I'm fun. Well, there you go. Vinny, I'm telling you, look. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal that I'm going to make you. If I win the lottery, okay? If I win the lottery, I want you to work for me. I want you to work for me. What I want you to do is you to continue making videos in whatever, whatever thing that you do, and I'll pay you salary and all that kind of stuff. And then the rest of the money is going to some of the money, because I'm pretty sure my wife will have a say in what we do with our millions. Okay. But a good portion of that, we're going to be making movies. But I want you to make snarky videos and fun videos all the time too. So you might be like, well, what am I going to do? I don't know. Whatever you do, you're going to be making videos. You're going to be making fun videos all the time. Will you do that for me? Do I have to wear pants? Absolutely not. No. Pants optional. Can you edit without pants? Because look, here's the thing. Every now and then you run across somebody that just, like, your style of editing and your style of humor is exactly like it scratches an itch somewhere in my brain. And I really just want to see more videos. Is that so much to ask? But here's the thing. Bucho's the same way. Bucho made some killer freaking videos, but he's too busy, being an adult and stuff, But Bucho is the same way. You should hear some of the Bucho shit from back in the day. Bucho was talented mofo. In fact, dude, there's so many people that came from my old podcast. Almost every single person that still hangs out, almost every single one of them that I can remember, put out something that either made me laugh or, you know what I mean? There's some talented motherfuckers in here. I'm just saying. ETA Prime. I don't know if I don't know ETA Prom off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure I've watched some of their videos. I can't remember which one that is. I try to be not to be an ass, but some people just annoy me where I don't hide it. There you go. I mean, I understand that. I have to save up for the ROG Ally X because it's freaking $800. Oh my god. Can you buy me a last call Dodge Charger or Challenger? I mean, we'll talk about it. But look, here's the thing, man. As long as I have money to make the next movie, there's gonna be some. Just saying. No, you are a talented mofo. I mean, Bucho. Seriously. See, that's the thing that I'm missing over here on YouTube is I wish that I had a way for you guys to trigger things to happen on screen and stuff. But yeah, for some reason that stuff doesn't work on YouTube. It's so annoying. So annoying. Or at least through OBS. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's because I use OBS. But hey, one last news thing, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay? I just think this is interesting. James Cameron's always working on Avatar. I wish he would do something else. James Cameron buys Ghost of Hiroshima book and commits to film as his next project as soon as Avatar production permits. So there you go, you big babies. Fine. James Cameron's going to make something other than Blue People movies. Actually, this sounds really interesting. So I just wanted to bring that up, just in case you didn't see that. Deadline can reveal that Oscar-winning filmmaker James Cameron has purchased the rights to Charles Pellegrino's forthcoming book, Ghosts of Hiroshima. Cameron has committed to use that. Cameron has committed to use that and the 2015 Pellegrino book, Last Train from Hiroshima, as the basis for a film he will shoot as soon as Avatar production permits. Cameron shared with Deadline that the two nonfiction books will be adapted into one uncompromising theatrical film. It will mark Cameron's first non-Avatar film since 97's Oscar-winning Titanic. So there you go. I just think it's interesting. Look, there's very little news there other than, oh my God, James Cameron's working on something else. Cool. So there you go. Order the Target 200 and the Thunderhead Creations Mike Vapes Blaze Max. I don't have the Max. I have 3 regular Blaze RTAs. But, and by the way, there's probably no chance that he'll see this ever. But big love to Mike Vapes. Yeah, it's a thing. I hate that you had to go through that. Yeah. So big thoughts to you, and I hope that you and your family get through this and as best as you can. And yeah, thoughts are with you, man. Cancer sucks. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. And Mike Vapes, I mean, look, I have 2 tanks here. Well, the tank and the RTA are both from Mike Vapes. What was weird was going through all my vape stuff. I was pulling out Mike Vapes and Mike Vapes and Mike Vapes and there's so much Mike Vape stuff here. So I owe a lot of my journey to him. So anyway, look, here's the thing. I love that you guys come here every week and hang out and we BS and it's fun. And yeah, I really, really appreciate it. So my BFF was diagnosed a few months ago. My mom too. Again, it never stops. It is, what's weird is, let's see, in my family, honestly, it's mostly on my wife's side. On my side of the family, well, there's emphysema, there's stroke, there's heart disease. So anyway, look, it all sucks. But yeah, I hate it. hate it. And but look, let's try to end on a high note. The high note is this weekend is insane for content. Again, you got Agatha All Along tomorrow. You got the Penguin and Transformers 1 on Thursday. You have the Christopher Reeve story, singular, Reeve, not Reeves, not Keanu Reeves, not George Reeves, Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve. That movie comes out on Saturday and Wednesday. Those are the 2 days that I show to be available to see Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. So if you want to see it in theaters, that's when. I'm sure it'll be on Max. But there you go. 9/21, 9/25. Also, Wolves. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate that. That $2 super chat. And getting to see me as Qui-Gon Jinn. It's great. But also, Wolves on 9/27. Of course, that's next week. Salem's Lot on October 3rd. I'm excited. But you guys have a great rest of your week. And yeah, we'll see you next week. And stuff. And things. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye. And Vinny, come on, man. You're good, dude. You're good. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah. Retropalooza next month. Yeah.